Let's get it. get it. Let's get it. get it.
everyone, and once again, welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split Wildcard South Asia Regional Finals. Today, it is the day number 2 of our show. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, and joining me, ladies and gentlemen, on the desk, it is Ocean Sharma.
Yes, it is going to be day number 2. And talking about day number 2, well, I want to see what NRC does today. I want to see if Team Bears, come back in yesterday's last match, will prove much more worthy today. I want to see if MAKPEN actually comes back today. I want to see what teams, because today it's going to be the day of speculations all over once again.
Exactly. We're going to be speculating massive comebacks from certain names, teams that have showcased a really promising performance during the group stages. But now, let's have a look about where this journey is actually going to lead the teams. It's the road to PMPL, ladies and gentlemen. It is PMPL South Asia Season 3.
Exactly. We're talking about PMPL South Asia Season 3, and this is where everything is just, moving up forward, up ahead. As you can see, 3 from Pakistan, 3 from Bangladesh, 3 from Nepal, and 2 from this one, the one that we are, just seeing up right now, Wildcard South Asia. 2 teams are going to be qualifying to PMPL Season 3, and that is where we are going to be seeing much more fierce competition with a lot of regions combining to it.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of regions. There's going to be Pakistan, there's going to be South Asia, Nepal, there's going to be Bangladesh, and then there is a Wildcard South Asia along with the invited team. So it's really going to get really intense over there. But before that, it is these finals. Only 2 teams will get the opportunity to move there. And along with that, there is the prize money that's on the line for this PMCO as well.
Exactly. $29,200 on the line as a prize pool's total amount. 3,900 for the first position, 23 for the second, and those 2 slots are going to be going for PMPL Season 3 as well. Then 1,900, 1,600, 1,450, 1,400, 13. Those numbers are going to be on the boards, but only 2 teams will be moving up forward with the journey.
Exactly, just 2 teams once again, as we said, and these finals are going to help us find those 2 teams. So far, we have seen really dominating performances from a few individual teams. Seal9, Team Seal putting themselves on the 2nd and the 3rd position on the board in an amazing manner. Team Bear with the last game yesterday having an amazing comeback. But how did these teams actually manage to get themselves ahead of this journey? It's about earning points in every single match that you play.
Exactly. First position gets you 15, second gets you 12, third gets you 10, and so on. The points just keep on dropping slowly and steadily. 1 kill gets you 1 point, and that's how the players are going to be, just moving up forward. Talk about it. If one individual can get 10 kill points just like yesterday, that's a big boost. Given the fact all the other 3 members are also getting kill points, and that's how Team Bear was looking like a lion just hunting down its prey.
Well, they were looking more like a... Bears are pretty deadly as well, man. They were looking like a big brown grizzly bear.
Bear hug.
Yeah,
they were going for the bear hug.
Just breaking the backs of
the opponents, turning them into crates.
Well, definitely, and just folding them into crates, basically. But had to finish that joke for some reason. But moving forward with things, we're going to have a look at the teams and discuss how the teams have been doing once again, just refreshing our memories and just recapping the performances of the lads as they put them to display in the games yesterday. But it is going to be super exciting to watch. As you so wonderfully pointed out, there are some teams that we're going to keep an eye out on, especially teams like MAKPEN, teams like OPMF. But starting things off, we have MaxLegends, another team we expect a massive comeback from. They failed to perform the way they did in the group stages, but today could be their day, followed by Team Seal, MAKPEN being their Bear, NRC, Seal9, SDMZ, Esports. So this, I think, is the toughest of the toughest bunch right now. These 4 teams, they have put themselves in an amazing manner.
Those teams are the toughest bunch, but then every team has to, it's like no team gets a rest. Every team has to play all the games. NoChance, SDMZ, WMZ. And talk about XP Rangers, Born to Rush, OPMF, Team DENO. So Team DENO also a team that we wanted to see a comeback from, XP Rangers. So let's just see how these teams actually do today. But so far, it's been NRC's day. Like the consistency, they did fall down in 1 game, but still, like, they were good. Their worst was 7th position. That's what their worst was.
Exactly. But it is about getting into the top 3 to the top 4 in every single game with a decent number of kills. And when we say decent number of kills, we mean more than 5 to 6 kills in every single match. That is a mark you should be aiming for. Otherwise, even finishing in the top 7 is not going to be enough to get you inside of the top 2. Because, well, these lads, these 16 teams that are present with us are the best of the region. But it's not about being best in the region. It's about fighting it out to see who is going to be the best of the best in PMPL South Asia Season 3, ladies and gentlemen. But as we are about to get started with our day, let's have a look at the schedule for today.
Exactly. When we talk about Erangel, Sanhok, Miramar, Erangel, the basic maps that they're going to be, as we just talked about. And now everyone knows what the other teams are doing. So now it will be the time of redemption if your drop location or something like that just falters down with the other one.
Exactly. It's time to showcase what you're actually made of. Day 1 is over. All the 16 teams, the same 16 teams, the same 16 names are going to be playing today as well. And now you can actually put to display what you have learned from the matches yesterday. I think today's matches are going to be a little bit more intense, apart from the Erangels, of course. Sanhok is definitely going to be an aggressive one. Miramar, you can't really expect much from it.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Miramar, just like we said, we were hoping yesterday's Miramar will be a slow affair. It was. But remember yesterday's Sanhok, it started off slow as well, but it ended up really, really fast into its pace. Talk about last Erangel, that was in an open field, so things might just change today.
Yeah, things might just change, and we're going to expect some changes coming in from the teams. I mean, talk about changing their drop locations, talk about just switching the pace at which they pick up the fight, because that is one thing that was a key factor into a lot of good teams getting eliminated yesterday. They were riding the high of momentum that they had during the group stages, and they expected everyone to play the same way they did during the group stages. They rushed into fights, they got picked off, and they were punished the entire time. But today, if they do not repeat the mistakes of yesterday, I mean, it could be an amazing comeback.
I mean, that's all the things are going to be just, looking forward to. We can speculate this, we can talk about this, but still, it's players, it seems, mentality to just, handle it with care. Just like when we talk about the fights. Yeah, fights might just happen good, fights might just happen bad, fights might just happen to the ugliest, but teams still have to see and look out to, how they can play the game, how they can play the matches with the momentum. If one team goes down with a bad game, they need to come back as soon. Like, they don't have time to rethink. Obviously, they'll be having those 30 minutes to rethink, but they don't have much more time. They have to come back in the next game. If a team is doing good, they have to do good in the next game as well, because you cannot let your opponents get the best out of you or the worst out of you in any manner.
Exactly. I mean, don't let them get the best of you in any manner. You have to make sure that you are in control of every single situation that you go in, and the only way to do that is by, before a fight starts, just stop, take a breath, and think about the situation that can happen. Because a lot of the times, I mean, time and time again, every single fight yesterday was getting third-party teams running into a bunch of teams without even scouting the position up ahead, and it all felt a bit rushed. You can't rush into those situations. You have to. These are the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, finals, regional finals. Only 2 teams move forward. And let's see what the lads are going to put to display today, because the match is live and the trajectory of the plane is going to be in front of us, in a matter of seconds right now. Here it is.
Well, starting from the backside of Yasnaya to Hospital is where we are looking. Rozok School, Pochinki. Good area. Severny as well. Like, if the teams want to go out there, they can just go out there. But the thing is, military base, Novorapnoy. I mean, and it's just Team Seal that goes there.
Yeah, it's just Team Seal that likes to go to the military base area. So they're not going to do that. They're going to drop somewhere around either farm or Pochinki and take a vehicle to rotate towards the military base. So they're going to have to use some of their early game time to go to the military base, loot, and then come back. But it all works out for them only in one scenario. It all works out for them if we have a circle that is split either on the main island and the military island, somewhere along those lines, or if it's complete military island circle. I would like to see the circles we had during World League Season 0. The circles that would end towards the southern edge of the military base, close to the fences.
Yeah, I remember those circles. Like, those were some weird ones, if you would say, because the teams would still used to be, in a pickle. Like, how will we play them? How will we playing? How will we play? We'll be playing against them or something like that. Like, those things will be happening. But look at this. SDMZ. Now, these players are also looking forward for their own individual drop location. That's good. OPMF, again, going for those individual splits for themselves. That also looks decent for these players and everything. But now, still, we have to look forward and look to how the things just change, how things just happen to these scenarios. So, somehow, when we just, talk about this, you can see the circle just forming up onto the sides of Gatka. The Gatka, the hill, Georgia Hill is going to be good for contestation.
Yeah, so definitely not a circle that a Team Seal would have wanted, but the other teams seem to be in a comfortable position. Look at Team Seal though. They're landing towards the Everest area. Could be the secondary drop location for them, and this secondary drop works out in their favor since the circle is going to be right on top of them. They don't have to move much. If they find loot in this situation, then they can pretty much move forward in the game in a comfortable manner. But SDMZ, MAKPEN, the teams that have gone to the northern part of the map, they better be careful, because what are the crossing points that are available to you when you move from that part of the map over to the Gatka area, over to Pochinki? You are either going to move through Yasnaya and come from the east to the western side, or you are going to move from the north to south rotation, through which you are going to have to cross Georgopol at some point, or Rozhok at some point. And since those areas are inside the circle, it's going to be quite tricky. But talking about tricky situation, we have Opex. And well, Seal Wally has been spotted out. I'm pretty sure Marco saw him when he jumped down from the window and was, for a couple of seconds, his pixels were visible from behind the bus.
Well, Seal Wally. I mean, talking about Team Seal, the one that we've been talking about, right? That they can go to a military base. Now they are onto the sides of Gatka. I mean, Wally is, if anything, and Marco, the calls would have been given, and the cover is wanted for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the cover is going to come in, and I would like to see which backup arrives first, because we do see one of the players from the side of Opex actually moving around. Marco is just holding on. Oh, he's going to see him. He has the M16. The shots come in. Easy knock. Easy knock. That means no armor was there on Wally, and he gets finished.
I mean, that's how it happened. Just think about it. M16, 3 shots. The burst one just did everything, and obviously it's a really brilliant gun when we talk about it. You can use it as a DMR alternative with a high-end scope, like 6 times or probably 4 times, even in the areas of Miramar and all those like as well. Like, you can use this gun. So it's a pretty brilliant gun. But now Seal Baron did arrive, but it's a bit too late. So, and obviously he does not have a cover as well, so he will be moving up once again onto the back-end side. Might as well just take a vehicle and just move away. So far, yeah, he's inside the circle, but they lose one.
Well, they lose out on one individual player, and we've seen that yesterday as well. If you remember the first Erangel of yesterday, a team that lost first, the team that lost the very first player within the first 2 minutes of the game, ended up getting the chicken dinner in that match. So I wouldn't count Team Seal out of the fights as of now. But Baron running out in the open could be detrimental to the team right now, since well, he is exposed, and if the players from Opex actually spot him out, they are going to finish him off. Also, Team Seal, they've gone for a split drop, so Baron is close to the Everest area, while Killa and the other lad, they are on the southern side of Gatka. So this can be quite tricky for them to actually make it work. But if they manage to do that, well, kudos to them. They are going to be inside the circle. They're going to have a comfortable position in there. If they manage to find some cover along with that, they easily can transition into the late game stages of the match. And all right, so we don't have 16 teams in the game, Ocean. We have 15 teams in the game.
All right. Well, if we talk about the names, I would still want to see, you know, which team did not make it up into this law, because right now it's important. Every point counts. If you lose on one match, it counts a lot on your overall performance, right? When we talk about the overall matches and whatnot, the points that the teams need to have, it will be a bad thing if the teams will be losing on the players and not showing up in the lobby. That's just one thing. But well, right now, if we talk about SDMZ, sounds like this team is enjoying their loot onto the areas. As you can see, they are pretty much away, like onto the Kameshki Stalber-ish side is where this team is, and 1200 plus meters is the distance that they have to get inside circle. Team DENO. But I want to see what this team does today. They are starting good from the Water City, and they are trying to move up forward. But the thing is, Water City, as good as it looks right now, as it's inside the circle, they still need to go for the rotations, and by the looks of it, sounds like that they are. And the place that they are going for the rotations from Water City's left-hand side, sounds like they'll end up in the Georgopol, and then they will try to go to Gatka. And talking about Gatka, there are already teams out there. Yeah,
there are definitely a lot of teams present in Gatka right now, so it's going to be really important that you manage to make yourself invisible while going there. But MAKPEN, all right, so let's talk about them. MAKPEN was a team that showcased next-level domination during the group stages. There was absolutely no one that was able to compete with this team based on how consistent they were. But, ladies and gentlemen, in these finals, MAKPEN have been completely shut down.
Yeah, I mean, they were. Talking about MAKPEN, right? Talking about the way these players were playing previously, and now talking about the way these players are playing now. I mean, yesterday's last game was good when Samita was the last one surviving. You remember, you know, in the top 2. That was just one thing. But after that, it was not so much. So, you know, we still need to believe in what is going to be just happening. So, let's see how the things just go down for this particular game. I mean, this is still a slow start. Given the fact that it's day 2, obviously teams need to, survive a bit more. They need to get those points in day 2. It's going to be something that the teams will have to look forward to overall, as per se. So let's see how it happens.
Well, we're going to see how this happens, and I guess the teams are going to show us how they actually plan to make a comeback today. One more interesting team, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be Born to Rush. Well, contrary to their name, they are taken out every time they rush, and every time they do not rush, they end up wiping out the squad that's trying to fight them out. So it's going to be important that these guys actually control the speed at which they play. But moving forward, it looked like they were heading in a direction that Team Bear was in, and well, these two teams are actually rotating parallel to each other. So it's going to be quite important to see where they actually land when the rotations come to an end. Both of them have managed to bring themselves inside of the circle right now, but moving forward, I think a collision is imminent. And well, there it is. Bear Marvel and Arimon actually spot out a few of the players from B to R. They're gonna try and take the fight. The vehicles haven't stopped close to a shack, but no, they back off, which is actually a smart decision.
I mean, they did not want to back off. The thing was that they just stopped down, and the thing is that the opponents just focused on the rotation. So the thing that happened was they were moving on to the other side. But look at this, WMG Sengi takes down B2R's Madrox and finishes him up. So Born to Rush, they thought that they were really good away from the fights from Team Bear, but WMG Sengi was just out there with that Pharaoh set and obviously just taking down the player. That looked brilliant now, and now the finish will be just arriving. He wants to finish his opponent, and that's what he is trying for, but he needs to be careful and he needs to be with his teammates as well. Otherwise, things might as well just look bad. He has left his opponent on a really low HP, and he will be finished on there. It is. Now he's just moving up against to his teammates, and sounds like a good deal as they enjoy their first kill.
Well, they do enjoy their first kill and a 1 point coming their way. They're going to be pretty happy about that, but nothing to be nothing to get excited about, because this is still the early stages of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And where is this circle going to go? Well, it moves towards Gatka again. So XB Rangers, we have Team DENO in there. They're going to have a really, really fun time along with the players from Team Seal, who have managed to find themselves some cover, but there is a catalyst right now dropping on the map that could break the equilibrium that these 3-4 teams in fact have amongst themselves. That's the airdrop. And how much are the teams going to prioritize the airdrop? We're going to find out as we do hear the shots come in. Well, it was WMG Sengi firing his DP on the players of Team Bear, who are rotating right in the middle of the players from WMG. So these players were in the middle of the rotations. I'm talking about WMG right now. They were spread apart from each other, and then Bear just sliced right through them.
Yeah, they did just slice right through them, but now WMG, they have to just accumulate to each other once again, and then they have to just start moving up forward, as we will be seeing onto the other side. You can see the first airdrop has an M249, and Team DENO, look at this, the airdrop was in their home. It was right within their house, and they would be enjoying everything.
Well, definitely. It's all going to be theirs. For a second, I thought it was going to be a contestation coming in, but no. The M249, it's all theirs. It has their name written all over it. But there are a couple of teams right next to each other in this area, so it's going to be really, really important to just hold on to your horses and not pick a fight.
Just be out for the grab for the opportunity that you might just see out here, and that's how things are just going to be, just looking up forward. But well, as we can see right now, S9's Roy, S9 Inki, Munke, Senior, those people are just out here just contesting the hill, as we were just talking about. SDZ, meanwhile, all right, they're trying to spot down the players from Team Bear. I mean, they were just trying to stay in a really good location for themselves. S9 talking about this team, I think Munke has spotted down one player, but still needs to take down a few more shots as they are, and that's SDMZ. Look at the players just moving up forward. Alright, so neither the buggy nor the player was damaged just a bit, but now they spot down another vehicle moving up forward. Scar 3 times is trying to do all sorts of damage as it can be done, but now talking about 187. Alright, OPMF, one player goes down. Checo goes down by Naeem. It's Beast's turn now just to take up a fight. If Beast can, look at this, the contestation that's happening on to him against him. Well, Beast goes down right now. Napu with a grenade of his own. Dictator, he was really close to the grenade. Does a damage of 21 though, but he is still surviving right now. As you can see, Naeem and Napu are still on to the other directions, and they are trying to spot down the players. They have spotted on the players. Dictator is on low HP as well, but if 187 can actually survive and revive their teammate, that's going to be one thing, but the clock is ticking on Beast, and that's some of the most important things that they still have to see.
Well, it is going to be really important for the team to actually figure out how they are going to move forward in this matchup. But Napu, as you said, he's stuck out in the open. It's going to be really, really critical for him to actually figure out where his team can help him out. Because look at the map. Both the teams, it looks like they're going for a similar fight. And, well, 2 nades being tossed. Beast HP. Oh, he's going to be brought down really low, but I think the revive is going to come in.
Revive will just come in.
Yeah,
now
he's going to get knocked out again.
Now they have to run. Now they have to run. Come what may. Now they have to run. The thing is, the circle's just coming up as well. But onto the other side, Napu takes down 1, and now the finisher is going to be starting up. Well, they are fed up of the fights. Now they want to go for the finishes, and they are finishing their opponents and moving back. That was brilliant. They did take up 1 in these fights, and now they are moving back. They will be contesting the zone as well. Talking about the circle, it's just moving the King of the Hill situation of the pool. Shinky Hill was just out there, but hey, Nari gets spotted down. Oh, he was so low on the HP, and just as we were talking, from Gatka to Hill, it's going to be important, and that's where the next circle exactly is.
Well, it is a clutter of teams inside that circle right now, but look at the southern edge. That is going to it is going to be a bloodbath over there, as we do see teams moving in. But before that, 187 and OPMF, they need to figure out how exactly are they themselves going to rotate inside the circle. Look at this, 187 moving in the direction where MAKPEN could be actually holding their ground and waiting for the opponents to come in. OPMF taking damage from the blue zone at this point, so they're going to have to move in really, really quick. The weapons have been reloaded, and guys, it's time to move. Enough looting done.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's see how that happens. But Dogman Munsev, oh, he is really close to the opponent's WMG. Brad did go down, though. But now NRC is trying to take up the fight. And so, well, the MVP of yesterday's first day, and I'm just going to talk about that one. Pablo's on low HP. All right. Didn't manage to survive or something. Yeah, he did manage to survive. Now, mini 14 3 times being used to perfection, but still no damage being done. Sengi still using this US as of now, the Weekend Skin US. Still being used by this individual and still trying to spot someone if he can and still trying to take them down. Well, Pasta takes down Naeem. 187 Naeem goes down. Mako onto the other side as well. And now it's time to move up against the areas. As you can see, Singh is just moving up forward slowly and steadily. And the thing is, the shots are just coming onto him, but he still needs to go and revive one teammate that's down. That's just one thing. Spider is in the cluster of teams. Hazin is really close. Hazin is really close. Who's going to take up this fight? Spider, low HP, really extremely low HP. He goes down right now and will be finished for sure. WMG, they lose 1 player and another one.
Yeah, they lose out on 2 players right now, and NRC, they have managed to bring themselves on top in this fight. So this is a fight that is in NRC's control. The players from the other team have managed to get away from the entire fight right now, and disengaging was the best decision for them. But over on the other side, as we were talking about it, there was another team that just passed them by. It was the players of Opex, and now since NRC have made all this noise, I'm pretty sure Opex, once they were inside the circle, they're going to keep an eye on this in this direction and see where the players of NRC can be spotted out next. So it is going to be quite important for them to actually figure out a wide rotation from where they can manage to get inside the circle safely. But at this point in the game, there are no safe rotations. You will have to take a fight if you want to get inside the circle and control it.
You got to do it, if anything, and that's what these players are just trying to move forward and look forward to it. But the thing is, it's going to be the 3rd circle that's closing in, and then the 4th circle is just going to start, and you know damage that the 4th circle is going to bring to the table of these fights. Well, Moray is moving up forward as of now. Talk about this. Well, they did lose just 1, and that was Axiom, and now the circle just slowly and steadily just moving up against the areas. Goes down to Gatka sewer trenches. WMG Sengi is last one surviving onto the sewer trenches. So he needs to just stay there. He needs to avoid all the fights and take the smart fights if he will. But talking about team B2R, sorry, not BTR though, B2R, I mean, they are trying to heal themselves. Talking about the circle already, the zone's damaging a lot to them.
Yes, zone is definitely dishing out a lot of damage to these guys, and you can't say it's just stinging them right now. It's basically smacking them around.
It's
as they
taking
move.
big bites.
Yeah, it's taking big chunks of the flesh. But these guys need to be careful, because otherwise, if they actually try and go inside the circle like this, guy will be picked up. What is Insanity doing? Well, I'm sorry, what was the play of SDZ? It was Mifsal actually right next to the bucket. What was he doing? Snipey has been taken down. Mifsal is going to go down as well. NRC, 1 versus 2 situation. Make it a 2v2 as Pablo comes in, and Amar and Pablo, they have their opponents pinned down. 1 nade inside the shack, and it's going to be all over. Well, they go with the Molotov right now, and it barely managed to miss the mark as the smoke has been utilized, and the players step out of the shack. Insanity is going to be taken down. This is the end of SDZ, ladies and gentlemen, in this game.
Well, SDZ, Dhage still surviving, but he did dish out a few shots, and well, Amar goes down. Pablo versus Dhage. Dhage goes down, and now the revival will be coming in onto Amar as well. Well, SDZ did get eliminated, and so far as only 15 teams started, it becomes the first team to get eliminated, followed by 187.
Well, we're going to see if actually they move forward, because they have good number of kills right now, right? They have good number of kills collected for themselves, and if they can actually move forward in the game and pick a few more kills, I think once you reach the 7 kill mark in the early game stages, if you have 13 teams still surviving, that's pretty much it. From there on out, you can just focus on surviving and making it into the top 4. But look at this. So MAKPEN, they were quite close to the players of Seal9, and Seal9 have actually managed to rotate out of the position. They have taken the high ground right now, and as we all know, if you guys have watched Star Wars at any point of time, if you have the high ground, you're probably pretty much going to throw your opponents in a bunch of lava. But
yeah.
MAKPEN, they are spotted out instead of lava in, well, farms right now. Their vehicles have been spotted out. Seal9 know exactly where they're going, and MAKPEN, they're literally going in circles at this point.
As of now, yes, they are. But talking about MAKPEN, you can see all the players still surviving. They have 2 kills. I mean, they need to go. The only thing that they miss out on always is that chicken dinner. If they get it, that 15-point boost is going to be a huge, huge boost. But hey, Pelsen goes down. The driver went down from the vehicle. Illusion, he switches the seat now. He's moving up forward, as that is one thing that is happening. And you can see he is trying to be as close as he can to his teammate. Illusion, a lot of damage was done on that individual lad, but still he makes it to safety. As of now.
Yeah, they've lost out on 1 player in this rotation, and it was a tough one. But even in these gut trenches, you're not going to be safe. All right, Pasta, I think, could be picked off. His UAS is, well, it's up in smoke. He makes it. He managed to make it. But as I was saying, trenches might seem a little secure, but they aren't. Because, well, if another team actually manages to drop in or just come close to them, you're going to be naded, and you're not going to feel what hit you.
PMGC, Navi Old Boy, Trenches fight. I still remember that one. That was one of the best Trenches fight that I've ever seen. Let's see what the players actually do in this one, because Sengi's also in there. Dictator onto the other side, the other opening of the trenches. Like, all these players are just out here. But hey, the circle moves. This is exactly the same circle. This is exactly the same circle as we were just talking about PMGC, Navi Old Boy. This is exactly the same circle as where the zone is going up. Well, right now, Toxin takes on SDMZ's RA, and the players still have to move forward. S9NK onto these areas. The smokes are being used to the perfection just to create an opening for themselves to move up forward, and Munke wants to move out in that location as well. Talking about Seal9, they don't have a kill yet, but the thing is, all these players are alive. That's one of the good things. Momo needs to put up a first aid right now, but Bear Marvel goes down as Illusion takes over fight. Prince also has been taken down, but the thing is, will these 3 players rush in, or will they, dish out time and make their opponents rush out?
Well, definitely. I think they're going to try and rush in at this point, since Bear has been cut down. And, well, Arimon and Sanhok, they're going to try and see if they can survive and get some points for themselves. It's going to be really hard since they are outside the circle right now. I'm sorry. And MAKPEN is in front of them. Opex right behind them. There's SDMZ as well. So the players from Team Bear, they're going to have to hold on to their horses. And as I say that, they actually try and get out of it right now. Arimon in the UAS is going to be picked off. All right, so he has been picked off. And now it's just a Sog who's surviving. This is exactly why I said you need to be patient in this scenario and not get not freak out, basically.
Well, Illusion got the kill. I mean, SDMZ's area took him down, but Illusion got the kill from that one. So that's one thing that he just did, and he is on a domination right now. But Munke goes down. All right, the grenade on Munke. That was brilliant by DENO Lee. But now what's going to happen? Munke is on low HP. He might not survive, and he goes down. Inky, he cannot move at the situation. Otherwise, he'll be giving up footsteps. But Fantastic is moving up forward. Fantastic is using shot from the direction. Fantastic goes down. All right. He's using a Grows onto the other side, but Pasta is taking down the fight against SDMZ as well. As you can see, the fight happening on all the cylinders. But right now, as you can see, DENO Lee, he still thinks there might be other teammates, other players, or their opponents onto the other direction. That's why he's just moving up forward. All they need to do is revive one teammate and move up against the circle as they're onto the edge. And the next zone is not going to let them stay here.
Well, the next zone is definitely not going to allow them to stay here, but DENO, they're going to have to see if they can hold on to this edge. Look at this, SDMZ's Jelly. He has a ghillie suit, and he's hiding in the trenches for some reason. Lad, you can't go invisible in the cemented areas, but he doesn't need to. with an AD actually takes down one of the players from XB Rangers, tries to go in on top of the smoke. Here's the sound cues from his opponent, goes for a random shot, but is gonna miss them. But his teammate from the rear, they actually managed to finish XB Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. This is SDMZ revamp.
Well, SDMZ, these two players surviving, still are trying to create a lot of chaos in these areas, and now the zone's going to move in. Talking about the circle, you can see it's just one thing. Well, right now what Jay did is gave them a cover, knowingly or unknowingly, by blasting out that vehicle in this situation. This circle, again, is moving up onto those areas just like we were talking about, and it's going to be an open circle. It will be leaving the Gatka trenches in a while for sure, but we are down to 10 teams, and this is actually holding the same level of discomfort for the players as was PMG. So talk about the amount of mental pressure that these teams will be facing up right now, because once they go in the open, they are spotted from all the directions.
Yeah, basically, and there is absolutely no cover inside the circle right now. So you go in, you lie down on the floor, and then you basically can't shoot, you can't do anything, because even if you raise your hand to toss up a smoke or a nade, you could be spotted out.
Yeah, you get spotted and you get spotted bad. That's one thing for sure, as we can just see right now. Well, slowly and steadily, the players still trying to move forward, up against onto all the other areas, and you can see out in this one, DENO, they tried to rush in, but was just a bad decision. One did go down, and DENO Sorumago will be taken down as in the situation. Sanhok needs a revive. Roy wants to move up forward. No, he does not. No, he needs to put up a first hit, sorry. Roy wants to move up forward, and they spotted the other players as well. One more might just go down. 3 players are coming up from MAKPEN. This might be a bad situation, bad news for the players. As you can see, the players are spotted on each other. Somehow, if they have a few grenades, something, they can just use it and toss it onto the other direction. But Team MAKPEN, what is happening? A bad grenade on Sanhok. It's really close to Sanhok. Might as well do just a bit of damage, and it did do a damage.
Yeah, but this one is definitely going to take down Aladdin for sure. All right, he falls back, so the knock is not going to come in.
Whoa.
But the one on the high ground could actually do the trick. So Roy, he has an idea what he's trying to attempt over here. But is this attempt going to be a successful one? The stun comes in, but absolutely no one to go for the surprise.
Well, he was stunned at that moment for sure. But now just talk about this. So many throwables being used left, right, center, every direction. But all they have to do is just spot someone. Even if they knock someone, it's not the end of the world, right? They need to finish as well. You can see Jed is trying to use a throwable from his own side. Let's see if that one actually just does the damage. Well, it was trying to do the damage, but now the grenade's actually on a good area. Roy goes down by Ghosty, as Ghosty was on to the other side. They are taking up fight against 2 teams. Oh, the stun might have actually worked against them. If we just talk about this one, but Ghosty is coming up. He's coming up. Zone, and the player gonna do the damage. Now they need to go for the revive as well.
Yeah, they have to revive, but Aladdin is there in the trenches with them. And if he actually realizes what is happening, he can relay the information to his team, and their team is going to charge. And so it's going to be really important for the players to actually be as secretive as they can about what they're doing right now. They managed to bring themselves to the late game stages, and they managed to do it. So Scene Line Roy has been revived. The blue zone right on their backs. They are in a tough position. They will have to finish off Jay and Samita before they move out. Because even if they manage to finish Aladdin, that allows them to move forward through the trenches. Jay and Samita will still have the opportunity of the high ground to actually block them out with a Molotov and then finish them off with the rage.
Aladdin is going to change the pace of the game, as he does. This was all because one player was looking up for, and Aladdin knew that they are not looking up for him. Well, talking about MAKPEN. Now MAKPEN has to take up a fight against Max. Legends is going to be a 3v3, but only 2 players are onto the trenches, while Samita is onto the upper side. And again, that can create a good off angle. We're talking about Samita taking a fight against SDMZ's Jelly. Did do a lot of damage onto Jelly though, but now Samita needs to take that player down. Come what may, they have to, win this fight, win this battle, because they were looking like a dominating team previously in the previous week. Now they have to do it again. Talking about everything, you can see they are just picking up everything that they can find. They do have just one first aid for themselves. Jay and Samita both. Aladdin, well, we'll still have to see what kind of utilities he's actually carrying up for himself. He also has one first aid, one medkit can be used in the good ways though. But Jelly now just throwing up those grenades, trying to find someone, but does not find anybody at home.
Well, there is absolutely no one gonna. That nade is gonna catch absolutely no one. But with the way the circle is moving right now, NRC is in some trouble, ladies and gentlemen, along with the players of Team Seal. So they're gonna have to close the distance between them and these trenches. And if they actually manage to do that, well, only then will they move forward in the game. But in the meanwhile, Born to Rush is gonna be taken out. We're down to 5 teams, 13 players still alive. MAKPEN have actually managed to bring themselves in a wonderful position in this matchup with 6 kills to their name and making it inside of the top 5. But NRC, look at them. So they have 2 players, but they have 7 kills already. One more player is going to be knocked out. It is going to be NRC losing out on one more lad. So it just means one player still surviving. And MaxLegends, they will have to figure out a way to deal with MAKPEN. Both of the teams are in the same trenches. And well, things take a turn for the worse as the circle moves away from them. Now they will have to step out of it.
Now they have to step out of this one, but right now, as you can see, we just talk about everything. NRC Sissy does go down. Seal Zaki takes that one player for themselves, and now talking about the 8th circle forming up. 8th zone forming up. Amar gets spotted. Amar gets spotted by Seal Baron, but does he know or does he not? Because you can see, like, obviously his pixels were onto the other side. A good grenade was being thrown, but that was just a bit onto the shorter side. But now Amar still nothing on Seal Baron though.
I don't think Baron has seen him. Baron was distracted and he was looking in the other direction. It happens sometimes when only a few pixels of your opponents are visible and they are right in front of you, but you are focused on some other part of your screen. You might not notice them, and that is exactly. I mean, Amar, he is really lucky right now that Baron did not see him right there and just redirect his nade in his direction. Well, Baron realized what we were talking about and he finished off Amar over there. So NRC is basically out of it. We're down to 4 teams, 11 players. Might miss you the first time, but not the second time.
Well, I mean, that's one thing though. But as we're just moving forward, right now, as you can see, all these 4 teams are surviving. MaxLegends, MAKPEN, SDMZ, and Team Seal. I mean, one of these teams would want to go for a comeback. Oh, Aladdin really close to that Molotov though. I mean, all these players are still surviving. Only one team will come out of these trenches, that's for sure. But hey, one of the players, all right, was really low. Seal Zaki's onto the other side. One good grenade from Seal Zaki can actually take down the entire squad. SDMZ, like, talk about this one. Seal onto the left, SDMZ onto the right, and 2 teams are right in these sewers. It's going to be a really tricky affair, and after a while we are going to be seeing the heal battle circle as well.
Well, definitely the night circle is going to come in. Samita takes an 8. Jay's HP is also really low. Samita and Jay, both of them really low. MAKPEN, they are making a lot of nice MaxLegends, so MAKPEN know exactly how far away their opponents are from them, and one good nade, which could be in the hands of Momo right now, could do the trick. But no, Pasta is going to be taken down. A Molotov comes in, and Team Seal, they spot out MaxLegends. One player being taken down. 1-1 knock comes in as SDMZ step into the action. It is a completely chaotic fight. No one cares who they are shooting at. No squad wipes are going to come in as well. All the teams lose out on 1 player. Apart from SDMZ, they're down to 2 players and they still have 2 players remaining. No one was knocked out from that side. Baron was knocked out. Killer is up on his feet. Jay is knocked out. Aladdin is still there, but Aladdin is just surviving. He's not going to go for a revive on his teammate.
Not going to go for a revive on his teammates. That's one thing for sure. But talking about plays on taking down Team Seal, Baron, Killa still surviving as well, just doing a heal battle. He goes down as well. We are down to 3 teams. Will this be the first chicken that MAKPEN actually needed? Talk about this one. Well, Ere has a Groza in his hand, but his vest is totally damaged. Jelly's vest and helmet are also damaged right now, but MaxLegends goes down. MAKPEN is firing up on all the cylinders right now, the way they needed to play. 8 kills for this team. Might as well go for a 10-kill gameplay. 9th zone moving up against the players. All right, RA has been spotted down. One goes down. MAKPEN needs to take this game. Jelly's on the left-hand side. There it is. MAKPEN finally gets that chicken dinner that they wanted from all this time.
And 8-10 kills coming in along with the chicken dinner. 25 points in total to this team. We're looking for a chicken dinner since the group stages, and finally in the finals they make the jump all the way to the 6th position in the overall ranking. An amazing performance from the lad. But what happened to Array over there? That was so hilarious. He was standing out in the open. The player goes up the trenches, tries to shoot him, and his crosshair is just like, it was barely, I think, a few pixels to his right, and he misses him. Murray runs with behind the cover. I don't know what thought was there that he's like, hey, I should step back out and just like get killed.
The only thing that MAKPEN was missing so far,
was a chicken dinner. They have it now.
They have it now. Previous week, they did not have a chicken dinner, still were in top 3. top. They were saying they were times they were in top 2 as well.
Yeah.
Now they have a chicken dinner. They just need to continue this. Today it started good for MAKPEN.
Yeah, definitely had a good start as far as the standings are going to be concerned. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting off with the other things that we usually like to look at as to who was the most influential player in this game. That is going to be our MVP.
I like that, the most influential player. That's nice.
Yes.
And talking about it was Seal Baron, 7 kills, 1177. Healing then was 90 only. 3 assists coming up. I mean, low amount of healing though.
Yeah, we noticed this yesterday as well. So, I mean, in a different region it started out, wherein players were like, all right, so if it is about taking less damage, we're not going to take any damage at all. And 1177 compared to just 90 healing done.
That's
and
brilliant.
then he died to the zone, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. Talking about Team Seal, they were obviously, just trying to go for the heal back for themselves. Obviously, had one player had all the first hits, we might have seen something different. Plus, if you want to go for the heal battles, turn on the healing prompt. That's kind of...
Ocean, again it happens. The team that lost the first player in the game makes it into the top 4. An impressive performance from Team Seal, considering, well, they were basically playing 3-man game the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, their first play did go down with an M16 shot by Opex. Well, talking about MAKPEN, Liujo 5 kills for that English lad as well. Haseen 4 kills, MAKPEN Momo 3 kills. 681, 685, like pretty close to each other. But talking about this one, the game was pretty long.
Yeah, it was a long, dragged out game. But look at this. So NRC Haseen, he survived 10 minutes less basically than all the other players. 9 minutes, close to 9 minutes less than all the other players. He still managed to get 4 kills and 681 damage with his 18 minutes he was alive.
I mean, that is true. But let's have a look at match summary as well. And let's see how many things were used and which player did utilize what. Talking about this one, Team Seal, like Baron and Killer are everywhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be Max.
There's one thing I'll tell you. Seal Baron had 3 assists as well. Like Jay's out there because obviously his assist damage was a bit more, but Team Seal Baron also had 3 assists.
Exactly, it was a game for Team Seal. I mean, look at this. Everything is theirs. Longest distance travel, longest distance kill, highest damage, highest kills. Like Max Legends Jay just like ruining the party away with maximum assist 3, but his speed was also matched. His speed was also matched, so we're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, it was good. It was. Let's have a look at the match ranking as well to see where the players are with everything. MAKPEN starting off good, 25. I want to see where they do stand up in the overall ranking, right? SDMZ 17, Seal 16, Max Legends 15. Like, I want to see the difference now because NRC also did go for a double digit, but moving up forward from 9 to 16, that's where we'll see a few names that just faltered down a bit.
Yeah, a few of the teams that were doing really well yesterday, and well, 2 teams are still pretty consistent, NRC and Seal 9, along with Seal Esports. But I mean, it is going to be quite critical to the other teams that they actually start to perform at this point. Otherwise, not getting enough points. I mean, talk about XB Rangers, OPMF 187, and SDZ. We know these teams are in the second chart of the overall standings as well.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are still out here. SDZ, they did not get any point for anything like neither the kill points nor the placement points.
Yeah.
But every team did go out with incredible moments for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And those moments, ladies and gentlemen, are called OPO moments. So we're going to have a look at them. But before that, I think we're going to have a look at the damage. Damage histogram is important because this was a stretched out game, and having a stretched out game is going to mean that you're going to have a lot of chaotic fights towards the end. Specifically, I mean, from OPMF.
Talk about B2R. They did go for a survival game in this one. They did not have any kill points, neither damage points as well. 74 damage points were theirs only. But if you just talk about the other team, Seal 9, Opex, if we talk about this one, 1,000 plus damage coming up for these teams. And obviously, talk about SDMZ as well, 1038 coming up for themselves.
Yeah, an amazing, amazing performance coming in from these lads. But did you look at Team Seal? They, out of the damage that they had, 1100 was from just one individual player. But now let's move forward and have a look at the OPO moments finally, ladies and gentlemen. And well, here we go.
So talking about the first confirmation that happened was on volley, and that was by Marco, and obviously that's where the fights just happened. But talking about this fight, I mean, this was for the contestation of circle as well.
Yeah, almost all the fights were there for the contestations of the circles, and it is going to be really, really important that teams actually slow down the pace when that happens. Otherwise, I mean, it is either you get control of the circle really, really early on while everyone is just busy trying to fight it out, or you just come in from the rear.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is. As we can just see around on the other areas, but right now as you can see the players were still trying to move forward and everything. Yeah, S9 was going down. They did go down in the situation. This is where 4 teams were surviving, and the 4 teams that were surviving, those were looking really brilliant with their gameplay. But the circle had something else in its own mind, and that's where the circle started giving trouble to the opponents. And this was the final fight that has happened. I mean, M4 for the win, and Illusion Momo, they knew everything that they were doing, and they knew the business.
Yeah.
They got the best.
Exactly, and it is about getting the best performance out of yourself and out of your
Yeah.
teams in every single match. That is what it is all about. But now, I mean, how have the overall rankings shifted? That is one thing that is on our minds. But before that, I think let's have a look at MAKPEN's team card and see the performances from the individuals.
Well, Pasta, Pelzang, Illusion, Momo, those were the players that were playing today and yesterday as well. And talk about this one. I mean, Pasta, Illusion, and Momo, they have done good. Talking about Pelzang, obviously, he was the one who was scouting the area. As you know, he did go down of the US. And that was one thing that I just thought that MAKPEN might just go down at this moment. But then all the players made it to safety. I don't know who's giving the shot calls, but the player who did that today was brilliant. Like, even if someone's shooting on them, just rushing onto those trenches, we'll get those trenches, we'll get that as a cover, we'll get that as our area, and that was brilliant.
Exactly. Either get it early or just like play it super late for it. But I mean, an amazing performance from the team. We're gonna take a very short break right now, ladies and gentlemen, but you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be back with match number 2 on Sanhok. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals. This is match number 2 of day number 2. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, joined by Ocean Sharma.
And this is where we are starting off right from the sides of Docks and Bantai. You are seeing the flight path to Harten. Boot Camp, Paradise Resort, Painan, Ruins are going to be decent areas for the players to just drop down into Loot Camp, Alpha Island as well. Talking about Camp Bravo, well, if the teams want to go there, they can. But it's still, up for contestation and up for grabs right now as the players are moving down. NRC dropping up already. But I think XB Rangers might just show a really early fight. As you can see, there are 3 teams talking about 187 and Team Seal.
Exactly. And why is Shami, out of all places, the most cluttered location of the map?
It's
is it a change of meta? Did a patch come out recently that changed Shami into a really, really good drop location or something? And it's not even inside the circle. So, well, it's going to be quite interesting to see how these teams actually tackle the situation right now. But look at this. So, Bootcamp, there's just one team over there. No one went to Paradise Resort for some reason, and OPX, they're going for a wide 4-man split drop on Sanhok.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. But right now, as you can see, Paradise Resort's empty.
Yeah.
Just as we were just looking onto this one, Team Bay is looking at a really, really good area for themselves, like they're inside the circle. OPMF as well. So, well, let's see how the things are going to be moving up forward.
Yeah, we're going to see how things move forward in this situation. But I mean, it is going to be interesting to see how actually the 3 teams that we were talking about in the early stages managed to survive. 187, Team Seal, and of course XB Rangers. So it is going to be really, really, really intense. But look at this. So Opex, as I said, 4-man split drop. Really tough to survive in the early stages. And well, Marco, he's quite close to the players of WMG. He spotted out Brad, but does Brad know that there is Marco right next to him? Well, I think he does realize it, because we did see him go up close to the window and look in the same direction that Marco was in, and he's continuously looking to check that position. This fight is going to break down depending on backup, which backup arrives first. But looking at the positions, or just going back to the positions that the players of Opex had once we were looking at the map, I think WMG is in a much better stance in this fight, as we do see Harry coming into the location. And from a 1v1, this fight is just about to go into a 2 versus 1 situation. So Marco either needs to pick off Brad right now or needs to find a way to back off.
Well, Brad is just out here. Does not have a vest though, right? So taking initial fight, we knew what happened last time, and in the previous game, Team Seal's player did not have a vest. So he did go down by M16 3 shots only, and that obviously is needed. It's all that you need to take down your opponent or something like that. But now, as the players are just trying to move up forward again and again, let's just see how the fights just, figuratively just go out all in onto the players. And the most important thing is, how are the players going to be just, moving up forward?
Well, definitely. How are the players going to move forward? That is a really big question. And are we going to see early collisions in this matchup? I mean, apart from the collision on Shami, all right, so we have 16 teams again in this game and 64 players again. Look at this. So Sengi, they have completely managed to pin down Marco. There's no way for the lad to get out now.
Yeah, but now out in this one, well, just like you said, Marco is pinned down. That's one thing for sure. But that individual depends how far away is the backup. Because maybe Marco doesn't move out. The player that's onto the top side, he gets spotted on by someone else. You never know, right? But it's just a matter of time. You can see Sengi's out here. I want to see where the other players of Opex are. Like if we get to see them, probably on a map or something. That's one thing that we can just talk about. But right now, the push is coming on to him. This is where he might as well just go down. Does have a vector though, but it's not enough. Oh, the molly.
He barely manages to avoid before avoid the Molotov before the damage would kick in. Jumps on top of the table, but now utility is being tossed in his direction. Brad has the SMG on him. Marco is going to take the first fight, gets one knock, but now he's going to be taken out and finished off. Absolutely no way for Opex to support their teammate, and that's the disadvantage of going for a 4-man split. You can get caught off guard, especially on Sanhok. You can be caught off guard and you can be picked off. So, I mean, the success rate for the 4-man split drops, it's a little bit higher on bigger maps, like Miramar.
So, all the other 3 players were quite close to each other, though, but they were not exactly close to, Marco. as you would just talk about this one. So that's just one thing, and that's how they lost the teammate. If we just talk about this, but now as we can see onto everything, and now as we are just trying to figure out how the fight's going to be happening, WMG still is, figuring out a good area for them. So, I mean, given the fact that they were the ones who started off the first fight and everything, but now they still have to look forward to how they can maintain a good area inside their circle.
Well, definitely, and maintaining a good area is also going to be super, super important for the lads. But moving forward, I mean, with this advantageous position that WMG have for themselves right now, I think they already have a good position. They just need to make sure they can move to the center of the circle and just find some cover over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. And look at this. The cluster is starting to form up onto the center lines of the circle, like OPM. This for the first time, because yesterday, if you remember, OPMF, they did not leave bootcamp until the circle prompted them to.
Yep.
Right now, also the circle is quite close to them, but still they are not. They left the bootcamp today just because of one thing, and that is that they wanted to go for good rotations. They wanted to go for faster rotations for themselves. And talking about MAKPEN, I mean, that team is also just coming from behind, and this team, again, they got their first chicken dinner in the previous match. They are away from the fights. Let's just see what this game holds for them.
Yeah, we're going to see what this game holds for them. But look at this. So the airdrop came in, and it has the AUG. But WMG on the other side, they're going to be picked off by Team DENO. And NoChance in some trouble, as 187 actually managed to catch one of the players off guard, and they are in a fight. But 187, they get backstabbed, or third party, in fact, by the players from Team Seal. And ladies and gentlemen, it's again Baron who's leading the charge for his team.
That guy does lead up the chart for the teams. If we just have to talk about this one, I mean, he is, you can say, he is a brilliant player, if anything, and he likes to gel up with the synergy of the other players, and he does that perfectly. So that's one good thing. And talking about the players of Team DENO, I mean, we have seen these players previously as well. Team DENO relies good on their utility usage. You've seen a lot of smokes being carried out by the players sometimes, and some of them even use good grenades. Well, talking about grenades and throwables, Team Seal is trying to use that again against 187, as Naeem is out there, but Naeem has to stay safe as three players are arriving on him. One player is on to the other direction. That might as well take a fight against Napu. With Napu, he's spotted. Yes, he is. He goes down. Naeem is the last one surviving out in this area. He gets spotted down as well. No, Wally was out there, but hey, Wally goes down. Will he finish? No, he does not. 187 becomes the first team to be eliminated. This is another bad game for them.
Yeah, another bad game coming in for 187. And, well, it was, it looked like it's going to be like that, because they landed along with two teams. I mean, it was interesting that XB Rangers decided to back off from the situation, but 187, they knew Team Seal were right next to them, and they still decided to take the fight against Team NoChance. They got one kill, and then they just got picked off. Seal just utilizing the opportunity quite perfectly that was given to them. While their opponents were distracted, they got two picks, and then they went on to hunt down the remaining two players. So, quite a wonderful start for Team Seal. Now all they have to do is make their way towards Painan, cross over to the other side, and then they can move on from there on out. But the cluster in the center of the circle is already starting to form. It is OPMF, SDZ, Bear, Opex, MAKPEN in the center right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing if you just, think over it and talk about this one. But now as we can just see the cluster against forming up onto the center, now it's the SDZ in a really good spot. MAKPEN, yes, they are inside the circle. MaxLegends is in a good area inside the circle. NoChance is at a good area in the zone if you just talk about this one. And I don't know, like, was it NoChance who did not play the previous game? Because I don't remember, like, having, so that was just one thing. So that's one thing if we just talk about the team, right? Just not even if it was some other team or something like that. But NRC is outside the circle right now. They have to make it inside. So they can go to Query. They can have a good area and then rotate around Query. But look at this, fights are still happening in the center lines.
Yeah, and it is SDZ who lose out on one of the players. It was Dhage who was taken out. And the fight against OPMF, it's not going to be an easy one since Bear right next to them. And as we all know, Sanhok, well, it's a small map. You're quite close to each other. There are a lot of noise, sound cues that are given out always and in all the directions. So quite easy to get picked off due to third parties. And, well, we do see Bear already setting their movements in this direction, so both the teams need to be extremely careful. But OPMF, they get one kill and they just completely back off.
Yeah, I mean, they do back off from the area. But if we just talk about this one, OPMF, Dictator, Akshay, I mean, those players are still out here. But somehow, the players are still trying to spot each other down. The players are still trying to look onto the locations for themselves and trying to look for the fights if they can actually get those fights in their own hands. But if that just happens, and if the fights are going to be just, moving on their way, we still have to look forward and we still have to look on to see where will the final circle be forming up. And with that, how will the players, react to it? Because there obviously are going to be a few players that would love to just take up all the fights, like, go all in with guns blazing like at the last game that happened. But there are going to be some teams that would like to, rectify the mistakes in the previous game and would like to go good in this game. So let's see how the final circles just bring up. But talking about Max Legends, well, things are not looking good as Dilla went down.
Well, things are definitely not looking good for the team, and Max Legends definitely need to put up the same performances that we have seen in the past from them. So look at this. Dilla is completely isolated. It's a 3 versus 1 situation between him and the players of Opex. The other 3 players from the side of Max Legends are on the high ground right now, but they're trying to run down the slope and find... before they run down, they have to find the positions of the players of Opex. Opex, they are in a bit of trouble. They can be sandwiched out. They finish off Dilla, but there is the squad of WMG that might close in on the distance. All right, so Max Legends, now they were going to revive their teammate, but since the teammate does not exist in the game anymore, he has been finished off, they can back off. They need to disengage, find a way to get inside a better position inside the circle, and then actually try and take the fight. Because right now Max Legends are on the edge and WMG is closing in. Opex, they have a better position in this fight if it actually happens.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. But now, as we can just see and, look forward to how the fights will be slowly and steadily moving up forward to, as Query is still inside the circle. Talking about Query, I mean, it's the area is just out there. So we still have to, look forward to how the things are going to be just changing up for themselves. Opex Unknown has spotted down Aladdin. He knows the player is rotating. He's giving out all the information, but he's not shooting. Good decision right now, and that is to catch them all in the open if that happens. And that's where he spots down Jay moving up. He spots down Aladdin moving up, and now Samita as well. But still, I mean, it's obviously one thing to just, spot someone, and it's another to shoot, and he did not do it right now. Probably, maybe, just maintaining that trigger discipline.
Well, and the trigger discipline is definitely going to pay off for the lad, because now it is going to be time for them to try and fight it out. Oh, he gets picked off. SDZ2 player, they charge in on him, and, well, sometimes trigger discipline can backfire, and that is exactly what happened over there. Can't hold off the trigger for too long.
Well, that is true. Team Bear onto the other direction. Those are 3 players surviving. But when we were talking about, I was talking about Team Max Legends onto the other direction as when they were moving up against the circle and the players.
I've already said it. Max Legends, they need to back off and they need to get inside the circle. I'm going to say it again. Max Legends, they cannot pick up a fight right now.
Yeah, they cannot pick up a fight right now. That's totally true. But as of now, you can see B2R has to move inside S9 as well. Like, they have to create a good area for themselves. But the center lines of the zone, that's where SDZ is. So SDZ has to, just defend the area for themselves. Otherwise, they know it that they cannot be a part of the fight. So if the fight just come down to from Team Bear, from XB Rangers, from NRC, they will have to look on to all the other directions. But look at this, SDMZ and Team Seal, they might go for an early contestation.
So the only thing that's bad for SDZ right now, I mean, they are inside the center of the circle. The only thing that's bad for him is that they do not have the cover sort of like Team Bear has. They have the huts.
They have a miniature shack or something like
that's all, and apart from that, the ridges are going to be there. But all right, so Team Seal taking a fight against the players of SDMZ right now. 1 knock comes in for them. They are riding the high of momentum of finishing off 187 in the early stages of the match. And look at this. Erangel just drops out of the house. Whoa. He knows where the 2 players are. And he's straight away going for a charge in. Array and his teammate with the utility in their hands. Erangel with the AK in his. And, well, who is this fight going to turn out in favor of?
Well, the grenades are being thrown down from both the directions. It did do a damage on Erangel though, and it did do the damage onto the other players as well, but not Team Seal. They want to move in. DENO has an 8 of Liam though, takes 1 shot to the head onto the opponent, but now they are moving up forward. You can see the players are still trying, but Baron goes down onto the other direction. There's going to be a 1v1 as Zaki takes down 1. He does go for the finish as well. Well, he did not go for the finish exactly, but now the grenades are being torn down onto the other direction. Now Wally's moving up forward. He knows the opponent's onto the other side, and now they have to just take down 1 whole squad all by themselves. That's what they are moving up for. And another one goes on. Wally needs to be in cover, otherwise he will get shot down, and he does get shot from XB Rangers from the other direction. And it is how the fight's going to be going, as Psycho's out there, revives Jelly though. But can these players hold on to the fight for themselves? Look at the grenades, look at the catastrophe that they are actually causing on to their opponents.
Yeah, creating a lot of chaos, and well, Array's skill was also picked up by the players of SD Rangers, so the third party comes in and, well, Team Seal, they're going to be pretty upset about it. But DENO, they fall down in front of, they have to bow down in front of the AWM that was up against them. But these two teams now, SDMZ and Team Seal, I think getting out of these huts is definitely going to be suicide.
I mean, it is definitely for sure. It is going to be one. But now you can see more and more grenades are being thrown down, but it did not hit anyone. Obviously, Jelly was just a bit behind the cover for himself. And now, talk about the players of Team Seal. They have all the players surviving. Given the fact that the players are with 5 kills, like the momentum is actually with them.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely with them. But, alright, so we had 3 teams over here. XB Rangers had them spotted out, but now Seal 9 is also in this situation. So let's see how this one goes. SDMZ reduced down to a 2-man squad with no kills to their name. If they get eliminated right now, this is going to be the worst possible exit this team could ask for. And well, Jelly and Psycho right now just have the cross, and Born to Rush is coming in.
Given the fact SDMZ was on the second position and Team Seal was in top 4, like top 2, top 4, these are the teams that are fighting each other. So one of them might just get eliminated, and that might just look even bad. Well, Meshal takes down Wally from the other direction. That was SDZ taking up a fight as well. So now Team Seal has to look on to all the other directions. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad news.
Let's have a head count. SDMZ, Seal, XB Rangers, Seal 9,
B2R,
Born to Rush,
and then
SDZ. 6 teams.
And fourth circle, so much fights. It's like it's still a cold war. You can see, you know, they can spot each other, but they're not taking up the fight. Seal 9 now Baron just trying to look at those areas. Has a QBU with a suppressor onto itself. I mean, I haven't heard that in a while, QBU with the suppressor being used though, but well, that's one thing. And now OPMF taking a fight against WMG. As you can see, the players are still out there. MAKPEN Momo goes on by NRC's players, so MAKPEN, they still have to look forward is if they can go for the revive or not, because, you know, players going down might be a bad thing. Team Seal and OPMF, they're looking really good with 5 and 4 kills respectively for themselves.
Yeah, definitely off to a really good start. And OPMF, we did see them with the high ground for them. So the fight, if it breaks down between them and Seal 9, they will definitely have the advantage. But Seal 9 taking the pressure from the players of B2R, as well as Myunke is going to be taken down. And the eyes of Team Seal are on them as well. But OPMF, the first team that they have to deal with is going to be MAKPEN. Alright, it's WMG, I'm sorry, right next to them. So quite an interesting situation that the team has actually managed to find themselves in. And in fact, not just one team, it is basically everyone. Since now, instead of fighting a 4v4 situation, you are basically fighting one team against the rest of the teams.
Look at that. The grenades were out there, and Max Legends, they are faltering down by the circle as well and by their opponents. Their opponents are not letting them get inside the zone, and that's kind of is a bad thing. NRC, they have a total control, but do they have control over the kills? That's the question. I mean, will the team give the kills to them? Will Max Legends be giving the kills to them? That's one thing. Or can they actually find out a workaround? Because they, by the looks of it, you can see Aladdin is moving around the zone, but getting that workaround is going to be a different thing, because once they get inside the circle, the zone's going to move forward once again.
Talking about the zone, I mean, Team Bear were also stuck on the edge of the blue zone, and they were picked off completely. The squad getting eliminated, but MAKPEN, they get spotted out. Illusion could be taken down, and yes, he will be. It is Haseen from the side of NRC, managed to connect the spray with the M4 and the 6x scope. But Shushti is going to be there. Momo spotted out from behind the tree. NRC creating a lot of trouble for the players of MAKPEN, but MAKPEN is retaliating as Momo gets a knock. The player, Illusion, has been revived. Pelzang trying to jump down from the slope, regroup with his teammate, is going to take a lot of damage. Haseen backs off. The blue zone is coming in their direction, and they have to be extra careful as to now how they approach the fight once MAKPEN is on the same level as them.
Well, XP Rangers are just out there, and you can see NRC just using the smoke grenades for themselves just to give them a good cover. But hey, smokes do give you a good cover, but the bullets do penetrate them, and Pasa is actually from on the other side. Wow! Wow! Sussy takes on MAKPEN's players onto the direction. XB Rangers Juniors. Grenade takes on NRC's players. So now they know that the fights are actually really close to them, and this might be bad. As he has spotted down one. Pudawari goes down onto the situation. Haseen is the one leading up the charge right now. They have to get inside the house, otherwise things are going to be just really, really bad for them. Omar goes down as well. NRC, the team that was looking really strong, is looking just a bit faltering down, all because of Circle and the fights that are happening onto them from all the directions, and NRC goes down.
Did they go down because of the zone? What we're going to find out. I think, so they had one player remaining, and it was MaxLegends, it was XB Rangers right in front of them. So they were fighting MAKPEN, and then unknowingly they just ran face first into the entire team of XB Rangers who were inside those houses.
We had 11 teams, 12 teams surviving.
Yeah, now we're down to 7.
We are down to 7 in what, 10 seconds or something?
And just 16
players. 15, 14. This is decreasing. 16. Like, it went down so fast. No one could have thought of it. But NoChance, look at this. The way NoChance is playing. I mean, obviously they have one player surviving. He's also moving forward, just trying to revive his team. And can he just do it? Oh, he tries. But he gets good loot.
He left Cocktail, ran over to the other player. Now he has to go back to Cocktail, but he's going to be spotted out. And MaxLegends Aladdin actually spots him out, finishes him off. And, well, talk about 14 players, Ocean. Now there are 5 teams and just 10 lads inside the server.
Well, somehow the game just went upside down. We're still seeing hashtag 10 elimination. That's how fast the eliminations were. That's how fast the eliminations were. 9. It was SEAL Esports. Just read it out there. We have 4 teams surviving. 4 teams out in this one. SDM Psychos out there. OPMF Opex. They get down onto the edge. They did go down onto the edge. But SDC Mixwell goes down. Insanity went the next one. There it is. Another team wipes the dust. Well, it's down to 3 teams. XB Rangers has 3 players. It's a 1v2v3 situation.
And SDMZ missed out on the opportunity in the last game. They played really well in the last match, but this time managing to bring themselves inside the top 3 again. And all right, we are almost there. We have hashtag 5 in front of you. Number 4 elimination is there. SDZ Esports. Now we have caught up. SDMZ, XB Rangers, and MaxLegends. This is the comeback. The kill feed is still stuck really far behind.
Well, now it is. Now it just come down to on that area. Like, that's how the fight of Sanhok was. Like, this is one of the most chaotic.
You could say that is Sanhok.
That is Sanhok, one of the most chaotic Sanhoks that I have ever seen. That's one thing that has happened. Well, MaxLegends Aladdin, he's out there just for the fate of his team and to get this team to a chicken. And all he needs to do is just stay out of the fight. But look at Jelly's HP, pretty low right now. And by the looks of it, it does look it's really good. XB Rangers Junior goes down, but Psycho takes now makes it making it a 1v2v2 affair.
Yeah.
Whoa! No!
He survived with 1 HP, turned around and took his opponent out. How dare you shoot at me? How dare you shoot at me?
How did that just happen? And now it's Talat who has to move forward. It's a 1v1v1 affair in Sanhok. And Talat, he does spot down one. Does he spot his opponent or not? He does. There it is. 1v1. XB Rangers versus MaxLegends. Say no more. MaxLegends wins this one.
Oh, wow. What an interesting matchup. What an interesting finish to this game. I did not expect MaxLegends to actually take this. I thought this was going to be a game for XB Rangers. But no. Today, as we said, ladies and gentlemen, it is the day of comebacks. First, it was MAKPEN, and match number 2, MaxLegends make a name for themselves, jumping up to the 4th position in the overall standings with this chicken dinner. They got 21 points.
How fast-paced of a match it was when it just started. Talk about this. 5 minutes ago, I can tell you, 5 minutes ago, 12 teams remaining. Kill feeds running. You can see the marker. It's still like hashtag 10, hashtag 9, hashtag, and we're down to 3 teams. And all of a sudden, Givens.
How ironic is that in a match that you are talking about trigger discipline to actually happen, players are just like, what are you talking about? We're just going to start shooting now.
Brilliant Sanhok. These are the kind of games that we would, love to see more and more. Even in Miramar, suppose if that happens, like it's a longer area, but hey, we have guns and the bullets travel.
But that is the thing, right? In Sanhok, you get a knock. I mean, you see the chaotic situation. For example, I mean, let's just talk about the players of NoChance when they were fighting MAKPEN and they ran into the players of XB Rangers. So things like that can happen on Sanhok, but it is impossible in Miramar until you are like in the extreme late circles. Like it is like 7th, 8th circle, then stuff like that might happen. But it's like really, really, really big, that map. This map, because of how small it is, that is the reason we see stuff like this happen. But talking about MVP, Opex unknown.
5 kills.
Did he take no damage? Is that correct?
He took no damage. Wait,
Or maybe he did not heal at all. He just straight up died.
Wait, what was this, Sanhok? Please, can anyone explain what was
I think
this,
he basically was like, nah, I'm just gonna go out. He YOLO'd this entire match, got 5 kills, 686 damage.
Did he forget to pick up first aids or something?
Yeah, maybe.
How can this happen? The Sanhok existed.
Unknown. I'm going to stick to it. He YOLO'd this game. He YOLO'd it.
He YOLO'd this. Let's have a look at the top list and let's see what were the other players. SDMZ Psychos out there. SDMZ Jelly and Narcis Susti was also out there with 3 kills for themselves. But talking about Psycho and Jelly, they got 4.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, good kills coming in for the side of SDMZ. And SDMZ are being consistent today. They were top 3 last game. They're top 3 this game.
Yeah, I mean they are so consistency kind of makes your game. That's one of the most important things that we will be talking about. Let's have a look at the match summary as well to see where every player was with themselves. And Unknown was out there in 2 things. That is obviously highest skills and highest damage. Talking about Naeem was on to the longest distance skill. Aladdin was on to the longest distance traveled, and Zaki with maximum assists.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing, amazing numbers being put up by these individuals on the board, ladies and gentlemen. But how much have they helped their teams? That is one big question. How much have they helped their teams in terms of points that they've earned in this game with the stats that they put? So let's have a look at the standings of this matchup and see the points that the teams actually got for themselves.
Talking about Max Legends, 6 kills coming out from OPMF Opex. They had 11 kills, and that actually just gives them a bit of a boost, a bit of a jump, because SDZ, they were with 10 points and then 70. Like that's a drastic jump.
Yeah, that's definitely a really, really big jump. But let's move forward to 9 to 16. So Team Bear, DENO and MAKPEN, sort of the upsets of this matchup. 187 Esports still struggling a little bit to perform.
That just means, that they were trying to take up the fight, but the damage was coming, but the kills were not coming out, right? So I would love to see the damage graph to see where the things were going up with all these players. Because there were a few teams with nothing in their hands. You can see Team DENO 442 and 0. Talking about Team Bear 286 and 0.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, dishing out the damage with not being able to get the kill. Same can be said for the squad of Seal and SDZ. Seal were in a lot of fights. Seal dished out 1730 damage, got 6 kills, but they got some kills. Right, SDZ on the other side, 760 damage for just 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing for sure, as we can just see out in this one. So the players did try. By talking about Opex, well, 13-02 and 11. Like it was close call. Like they tried to go for the good fights only.
Exactly, those fights were good for them, and when they stopped being good, they just got taken out.
Yeah, I mean, the circle was something that just broke their momentum.
Exactly, but with that, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for us to have a look at the OPPO moments of this matchup and, well, relive the chaos once again, basically.
I mean, this is where the chaos started just a bit. The first team to get eliminated, 187, was just out there. But after that, the fight slowly and steadily just kept on increasing and increasing with everything. And after this one, I mean, this was where Team Seal was taking up a really good fight against SDMZ. But then the 2 players survived from SDMZ. They tried to move over, and that's how the things were looking forward. But now, after the 5th circle, just ends, now is when we're going to see so many teams, so many things just happening here and there.
Well, definitely, and look at this. Stuff like this was constantly happening. Teams just like shooting at one team and then getting shot at from the other side. SDMZ Psycho just utilizing the opportunity quite perfectly, just picking off the individuals that were left out in the open. And XP Rangers, they had a really big player advantage, but they somehow still managed to lose it.
I mean, you saw that 1 HP clutch that just happened, but then this is where the last player was spotted down, got shot at, and did go down. And now, I mean, if talk about Max, we saw them that they will be at a really good spot in the overall standings, right? Let's have a look at the overall standings to see where the discussion actually just takes us to, as we'll be seeing a few teams just going down and up. That's where Team Seal Esports, Seal 9, and MAKPEN, they are going down right now.
All right, but in the last 2 games, NRC, they failed to perform, right? but their lead in day number 1 was so big that the teams are still not, they still haven't caught up. In the next match, probably SDMZ will have caught up to them, but SDMZ, look at this, consistent performances bring them inside of the top 2. 70 points sitting on the second position. SEA Esports with 69 points on the third position, and MaxLegends with 66 on the fourth.
Yeah, I mean the points are just out there, but moving forward, there are a few teams that kind of have to just fall down, and that's when NoChance. They did not play that game.
Yeah.
They did not play the previous game, and that's why the points are just a bit onto the lower side. Team DENO's out there, 187, WMG, SDZ, Team Bear, XP Rangers. I mean, nothing's lost for these teams. Good games can actually get them up, but it's for now. If we can't say for sure, like on a Saturday or a Sunday, if they go for good games, because then the point difference will be a lot. Now is the time to capitalize.
Yeah, definitely. Now is going to be the time for everyone to start start getting into the race. Look at this Team Bear. We started off the day with them being inside of the top 8. Now they're out of it. So need to be consistent. Need to be really consistent.
Yeah.
And with 2 more matches to go for today, I think next one is going to be a lot more interesting. It allows you the breathing space, as you say.
Yeah.
Off map are the maps of comebacks, and well, Miramar is one of the biggest ones.
It is one of the biggest ones for sure, and we still have to see, what happens in that particular match, as we will be slowly and steadily just moving forward to that one.
Exactly, we will be moving forward to the match, but before that, we're going to take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals. My name is Super John, being joined by Ocean Sharma, and now it's time for us to head into match number 3 of day number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys know the map right now, right? It is Miramar.
It is Miramar. The fast-paced maps have taken an exit though, and now it's going to be a slow-paced map. I want to see how slow the slow map is and how fast it can be as compared to what Sanhok was. Because in Sanhok, 12 teams alive to 3 teams alive in less than 10 seconds. Like, how does that happen?
I mean, the kill feed went nuts. The graphics that we have, they were trying to catch up.
They were so slowed down.
Yeah, I mean, the computers were basically thinking at that point, all right, who died?
Should we or should we not send them?
What just happened? Not just us, but like the system was thinking like, what
even
just
the
happened
final
right
fights, like 1v1v1 was happening, 1v1v1 is happening, and then also it's like #8, #7, #6.
It was a 4 versus 1 situation, came down to 1v1v1. So that was pretty impressive, but now the match on Miramar is live, so here we have the trajectory of the plane.
Yeah, we started from the backside of Laco, Bereria to Chumacera is where we are going up right now. Picaro, Power Grid, San Martin, Hacienda, Losland, El Pozo, good areas. Monueva as well, Chumacera, like good areas are just out there. But I want to see if a team wants to go to Impala. What sort of a gamble do they have to, just put forward if they want to just move out in that area? MAKPEN, well, the team is still in the plane right now. But talk about B2R, they are dropping down already.
Yeah, they are dropping down indeed. But moving forward in this matchup, I mean, where is the circle gonna go? I would like to see, as you said, you want this game to be just like Sanhok was. Sanhok, we call it a fast-paced map, and it was fast-paced in these. I mean, I would not like Miramar to be slowed down. I want those fast-paced urban fights that we usually get to see. So we've been praying for a circle of Los Leones since this PMCO started. I hope we get it this time.
Well, if we get it, that's going to be a good thing, right? When we talk about the circles, talk about the zones that just it constitute with itself, that will be a brilliant thing if we just talk about this one. But now, right now, as you can see, the players still just moving up forward, and the zone still has to form up. So many teams might as well just have early contestation, early skirmishes for themselves against their opponents. So we still have to see and still have to look how this one can actually become with everything.
Oh, well, it is going to be quite an interesting scenario. Well, what is going to become? But now it's time to place your bets. All right, I'm a little bit slow. I can't be basically
you
an
already,
auctioneer.
you already lost your bet.
Yeah, I was just going to start auctioning the places where the circle could be, but I'm a really bad auctioneer, apparently.
Like, what were you going to say? 200 UC for El Azhar. Sold in 1, 2, 3, go. Something like that.
Just like for free. For free, if locations being given away for free.
If you're betting for free, you're broke, man. In a bad way. But well, talking about Hacienda del Patron, that's where a few teams are. That's where Opex is. OPMF pretty close to them. MAKPEN onto the lower sides of Graveyard and those areas. MAKPEN. All right, so look at this thing. MAKPEN, 2 players inside the circle, 2 players outside the circle. So that's kind of a not so contestation. Well, Dilla is still in on the parachute somehow.
Oh yeah, now they have finally actually managed to land, and well, I mean, we talk about Los Leones. It's a really big city, so the 2 teams, they're not going to come in contact with each other for a really long time. I mean,
so.
Both of them are going to move up north. MAKPEN, Aladdin, and one of the lads are already inside of the circle, so they can probably keep an eye on the other 2 teammates while they make their way in. Mr. Predictor of the circles, where is this one going to end? Where is this game going to end?
Right onto the sides of Hacienda and El Azhar, the middle area, the middle portion for sure, but just a bit onto the junkyard side, like, a bit onto the southern side of those areas.
So, northern side of junkyard before we actually reach the road.
Kind of like that, but
I guess
grenades already for the start.
And he naded his own teammate.
Well, I mean, that's how it is. You can't use, guns on your teammates, right? So it's like, well, I can do the damage, man.
Oh, I think Shusti did not have a weapon. Pablo had a gun, so they're like, give me the gun. He wanted it. And I'm going to knock you out.
That's how you become good teammates.
Yeah, that's what PUBG Mobile is all about. Knocking down your own teammates.
No, that's not. It's all about, well, you are playing some bad PUBG Mobile, man. I gotta say. Well, like, I was a teammate. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, we're bad teammates.
Yeah, let's not go down
let's
the
leave
memory
our
lane.
games out of it. Let's
Yeah.
talk about these lads. That have-
WMG right now just
Yeah.
trying to loot for all the areas, and the thing is that they are 1,300 plus meters, 1,400 almost around the circles area, and they have 187 pretty close to 187. They have had two back-to-back bad games. So in this one, they have to come back. They have to, just hold on to the areas. I would love to see how they do in this one.
Yeah, same here. I mean, today, as we have been saying, this is the day of comeback. So WMG, a comeback is overdue for them. And since they have the high ground against the fight, in the fight with the WMG over here, if they can get the information of the players without letting them know exactly where these guys are spotting them from, 187 can give themselves a massive advantage and get a few early points. Because if you get a few kills in the early stages of the match, I mean 1 or 2 kills in fact, that just sets you up to transition into the middle game stages quite nicely.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's how it should just be, as we're just, seeing forward to all these things. But right now, as you can see, WMG is still trying to go on to a good area. SDZ, if we just talk about that team, you can see the players of SDZ, they are all together with each other, which sounds like a really good thing as of now. But still, we have to see, how they just move forward onto themselves and how do they do this movement with themselves.
Same here. SDZ, an amazing performance coming in from the group stages, but have been shut down, have been slowed down in these finals. And that is what the finals were all about. I mean, it was about teams picking up the paces and teams picking up their gameplay, turning it up a notch. And everyone has managed to do that. MAKPEN, them putting up amazing numbers on the board, sitting on the top 5 right now, can definitely benefit them a lot. But look at this, Hazeen trying to escape the players of Team Bear. He's been caught off guard. Does not have his teammates quite close to him. They are split up a little bit, and Team Bear can put it to an advantage. But Hazeen manages to evade them. He backs off completely and he runs away on foot. Team Bear, they had a vehicle slammed into the building where Hazeen was hiding, but well, the man is an escape artist.
Well, they are definitely the escape artists, as you are just calling them. So that's just one thing, but we still have to, just move forward and look forward to how things are going to be as of now, as the players are still trying to move according to themselves. As right now, this is going to be the most important thing for the rotations and everything. But slowly and steadily, you can see Team Bear, the players are just trying to spot each other down. Hazeen did take a few shots, but no damage as of now.
Well, no damage as of now, and it is going to be a tough situation for the team to deal with. But now, since Team Bear, it could have been a tough situation for them to deal with, but now since Team Bear have backed off completely, NRC, they can regroup quite easily and they can be on their way and back to the game plan, basically. Had Bear taken on Hazeen over there, then worst case scenario, NRC, they would have been forced to fight it out just to recover the situation a little bit, get a point in the early stages, and then move on in this matchup from there on out. But ladies and gentlemen, we are 7 minutes into the matchup, almost 7 minutes into the matchup. The first blue zone closing in, and well, apart from losing out on one player, there has not been any more action. Not even losing out on one player. It's just NoChance. They are there with 3 players. I
mean, as of now, if we just talk about no more action, yes, there hasn't been any, not much of the action, but you can see a few gunshots being taken by Roy. But hey, look at this. If Nasal moves forward, Senior's out there. So Roy basically was trying to make Nasal move forward, just trying to get him in a vulnerable position, and he is actually being spotted down from all the other sides, and Senior takes down one. I mean, that was like, you can say, the game plan all along.
Yeah. They had this man pinned down. They had him surrounded from all the different direction, and well, this is not 300, ladies and gentlemen. This is the regional finals of the PMCO 2021 Wildcard South Asia. So well, Nisal gets finished off.
I thought you said this is Sparta. You were going to say this is not 300, this is Sparta.
Well, I mean, they did not throw him off a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, they did not, but well. Yeah, it's just one thing. But B2R, talking about this one, they did lose their players as of now, and now they have to look forward for the rotation. But look at Jelly and his teammates. Like, how far away do you need to be from the circle as of now if you just got to move?
Well, I mean, they're really far away, and the blue zone is definitely going to give them a lot of trouble while moving in, but it's just the first blue zone, so not enough damage is going to come in. If they have the boosters running, quite an easy rotation for them to make. But talking about other things, MAKPEN Pasta, I think once he was on the high ground, he might have seen a few players, just one player from the side of MAKPEN, and they back off. Born to Rush, coming in contact with the players of Seal 9. they have lost 2 of their players. It's going to be a 2 versus 4 situation. And, well, Born to Rush can be pinned down. C9, the players are all right. So this is an interesting tactic from C9. Again, on these 2 players, they surround them. One player goes for a wide rotation, gets on the other side, and now the pin is coming in.
Yeah, it is definitely just, arriving onto these areas. And so we'll still have to see, how the things just happen against the will of the players, as you can just see as of now. Well, slowly and steadily, if we just talk about the fights, if we just talk about the situations, and if we just see how the things are just going down. So you can see the players just, trying to make it for themselves onto a good area. Madrox just using up a good first aid, if you will. But the first, all right, so the first airdrop has an AWM. And I would say it's a good news right from the start, if the players would want to go for this one.
Yeah, definitely, and it is going to be quite an interesting scenario to see how they are going to try and move forward. But Opex, they have lost 1 player. I mean, not lost the one of the teammate was knocked out, Toxin, and he has been revived. It is Opex versus OPMF. Who is going to win this fight? Toxin, revive has come in. He is healed up, but the positions are compromised.
Yeah, I mean, the positions definitely have been compromised onto these areas. But if you just, talk about this one, OPMF is just out there. The VSS being used by Mako. I mean, no one would have thought of that one, but VSS being used, all right, I would love to see that thing happening out in this one. So, well, slowly and steadily, but the fights will be just, heading up. And Mako does take down one with a VSS. I mean, that's brilliant.
Well, that is definitely going to be brilliant. I mean, the silent deadly assassin is going to be there. But moving forward in this situation now, since OPMF, they are out in the open, it's going to be a troublesome scenario for them. They can, I mean, the chances of them actually beating Opex in this fight and trading places with them are really, really low. So OPMF, if they decide to back off from the situation, go somewhere else inside the circle and fight some good cover, that I think is going to be the best case scenario.
As now, yeah, if they can do that, obviously that will be good for the players, if anything. But right now, as you can see, OPMF, they are still getting shot at on from the other side. But Opex and OPMF, this might be a really, really tough fight for the players. And Mako has been spotted down. The crosshair are just out there. But this is going to be enough. I mean, Mako knows that next time the throwable might just drive on him. And that's exactly what Chico is doing right now. Chico has to move back as well. He cannot let his location be out there for a lot of time compromised. But S9... Talk about WTR. I mean, Madrox was the last one surviving. Not anymore. He goes down. B2R gets eliminated.
Well, B2R, an early exit coming in for them in a map of Miramar. 11 minutes in, the first team to be taken out. And C9, their tactics look really, really, really deadly. The way they are taking these fights. I mean, think about it. They spot someone out. They leave 1 or 2 players in front of them. The other 2 go and surround them from the other side. And then they start moving. It's basically like snakes actually take on their victims, I mean, and go on to hunt them out, just wrap them, coil in on them, and just break them from the insides.
Yeah, I mean, that is what was happening. They wanted to feast on them, right? And
yeah,
they were slowly and steadily feasting. And the final feast that they should be having was for the chicken dinner. That's one thing that the goal is for all these teams, all these players out in this one. We still have to see, a few teams are still into a bad situation, but there's one elimination that has been as of now. So that's just one thing. Talking about XB Rangers, look at Junior White, pretty close to NRC's players, and Hazeen Susi. I don't know if they know it or not, but Junior is on low HP as well. Not exactly low, onto the lower side, but he is all alone as of now. As you can see, the minimap, no cover, nothing is just out there. Now that's just one thing, but if you just look at this one, NRC Susi, well, the players are still trying to just spot him down if they can. And just as we were saying, right, the water treatment El Azhar, the road that was onto the junkyard side, that's where the circle slowly and steadily is going down. And right now, NRC experiences Opex. They are inside the circle. Team Seal trying to make it inside the circle. Max Legends is also out there. So if we talk about a few teams, DENO and 187, they are looking for really, really slow rotations for themselves.
Well, definitely the slow rotations are playing a big part for them. But now, I mean, it is going to be an interesting scenario. NRC in the center of the circle, OPMF coming in their direction, XP Rangers and Opex right behind them. So a fight is definitely going to break out soon for the control of the center of the circle. But 187 and DENO, in the back, outside the circle, close to the blue zone right now. I think these teams are going to have to fight it out just to see who gets to move in. But talking about who gets to move in, well, Max Legends, MAKPEN Momo quite close to them, and he's going to see the vehicles moving out of these compounds. The shots are going to come in on Jay. There is the spray, but the trace is not going to be completed. Jay managed to get away. The other two players in the Dacia, they're going to try and get away as well. The shots from the Star Rail. Is he going to get even one knock?
Well,
No.
he did try though. But well, as of now, you can see OPMF, the players are still just out here. All the 4 players still surviving. They have to spot someone down. Oh, they did, but is it a grenade? It's a smoke. Alright, it's a smoke that was just trying to bait out the player, but Amar is on low HP. He cannot stay there for long. That's one thing Max Legends Zilla is also done, but now Amar trying to move forward to his teammates. He is ready to do anything to be on to his teammates' side, but no, he goes down by Dictator. As you can see, the fights were happening. That AK did come in handy right now. Sisti had to take down a few players. The grenades might be just going left, right, and center, and one grenade takes down Amar. The finish has been done. But now, this is where the grenade from Susti is going down. Did do a bit of damage on Chico's side, but another one might as well do the job. Only thing, they have to use it wisely. The grenade, oh, it did go down on, did make this HP, Chico's HP low, but was putting up first at that moment.
Yeah, he healed up right in the nick of time, otherwise he would have been in a lot of trouble. NRC, OPMF in a tough situation, and well, if one of these teams manages to win the fight, then they have to worry about Opex present in the compounds right next to them. So it is an interesting situation that they've actually managed to find themselves in, but on the map, if you look closely, there's another team approaching this location. If they manage to get a high ground into the nearby areas, and if they have those bolt actions, they might just be able to convert it. But SDMZ, they are hidden in the dip right now, and it's going to be really tough for them to actually engage in this fight right now and do anything about this. So they're just going to go on their merry way. They're going to find some other place to hide.
SDMZ, the players moving up forward. Hazeen, alright, has been spotted down. The shots are being taken down. Oh, a few more shots would have done the job though. But now Susti, look at this, moving forward onto SDMZ side. Might be a bad choice. One more shot can take him down, and it does. A shot on the head as well.
Yeah, the first one was perfect, but as they try and go and finish Susti, the backup arrives from the side of NRC, and Array is going to be taken down. Array is going to be finished off. The shots are still coming. Even on the other lad, Mubu69, he's in a troublesome situation. He's going to pop off some smoke, and well, alright, so the shots were also coming in from the side of Bear.
Yeah, I mean, Mover 69 is just out there, but the thing is, they need to go for the save on the teammates, and they're outside the circle as well. They have to get inside the zone somehow, 20 seconds, so that's just one thing. They lost 2 teammates. They cannot lose even one more, because it will put them a lot passive in the gaming stance.
Yeah, they're going to have to take the passive stance then, just in order to survive. And you never want to do that. You never want to be forced into a situation where you are just left seeing as to how your opponents are going to do, and you just hope like, oh, this situation works out for us. But DENO actually decide to not care about the opponents, and they are like, we need to rotate, we need to get inside the circle as fast as possible, otherwise we are going to be in a bit of trouble. And it was a smart decision, because WMG is coming in from the rear. I hope Spider has a bold action right now, and we get to see a really, really nice shot.
I mean, hey, we will be hoping that thing for sure, if that happens, right? Because Miramar is made for it. Plus, the first year drop had an AWM. That's one thing for sure. But right now, this is where DENO and 187 might as well have a fight with each other. Salt is on low HP, though. Will be healing up anytime soon, but the thing is, 187. Back-to-back bad games. They need to change that somehow. They need to.
Yeah, they definitely need to change the situation for them. And they were rotating in along with the players of DENO. One more player has been dropped down really low, but no knocks have come in. So 187 still have the potential to survive in this matchup, but OPMF taking a lot of damage from the players of SDZ. Look at this. Naim from 187 is going to get charged upon on the other side. Fights are breaking out everywhere on this map. And Ocean, oh my lord, Max Legends are the first team to be eliminated in this game. OPMF taking a fight against Seal9. NRC taking on NoChance. DENO taking on 187. Seal9 fighting it out with OPMF. OPMF get taken out. SDZ also part of the action. And well, DENO, they finally managed to get the first kill from the side of 187.
Well, so many fights just happening as of now. As you can see, the players are just out there. 187's Beast has been taken down as well. WMG. Oh, the grenade is right on you. Nare, does he know or does he not? The grenade, well, it did go down. It tried to take him down, though. He is trying to go for the nade parade. Needs a bit of a first aid as well. As Nare is still just out there, still surviving. Really trying to make it. Spider as well on low HP. Well, then Nare right now puts up a first aid and has to move forward. Beast is down. Napu needs to go and revive Beast somehow.
Well, and it is not going to be an easy revive for them to actually pull.
Perfectly timed up, but it was onto the backside of that.
Yeah, it just hit the rock.
Yeah. Well, Poda Whitey has enabled him, takes on one by the headshot as just we were speculating. So the bolt actions are being used to perfection. That's one thing for sure, and he finishes the job as well. But WMG and 187, we still have to see. We still have to understand if and how the fight's going to be happening right now. But well, Snipey right now is still trying to take someone down. 4 kills for the team as of now. 2 for this individual ad, and MAKPEN Momo goes down by Opex. Marco Seal Baron with the car 98 does the job on DENO. Ghosty.
Well, definitely, and the K9 action is going to come in over here in this game. That is what we were waiting for, right? The bold actions to, well, show us the action. But so far, SDZ Snipey.
Well, yes, and you could see his face mask, right? The glowing one. That was one thing for sure. But SDZ, you can see Insanity did move up forward. Mitchell goes down onto from the other angle. But hey, out here, Inky takes on one more. Can target clutch the situation. Insanity was smoking. Low HP. Insanity does the job. Now in 15 seconds, he got to revive the teammates. They got to move forward. The circle's coming. Oh, it's so much work.
Yeah, it is so much work because you forgot one thing. They have to heal up as well. Otherwise, if they go inside the circle with just barely any HP on them, they're going to be taken out. So the blue zone is starting to come in, and the players of SDZ, they're going to start struggling to survive in this situation. But one of the players for WMG, so they're in the same house as 2 of the players of XB Rangers. They have gotten out. They're out in the open, and if a fight breaks out, it's going to be a tough situation for the players of WMG to survive from.
Well, Fahim is using a lot of grenades inside the house. Well, the thing is, Spider, like, will any grenade connect to him? That's one thing. Because for himself, he's in a really safe spot. That's one thing. I mean, you think, like, you can, use grenades in the house or those areas, but the grenades don't just go down. But talking about SDC, the team has 7 kills. The one player did go down, but the revive should just come in. But MAKPEN, 2 players went down. MAKPEN is in a lot of trouble right now. But hey, Pasta, look at the Miramar just jumping onto all the areas in between the fights.
Yeah, in between the fight, he just drives by, just missing everyone completely. And, well, Pasta is going to have to be careful. He's going to have to take care of himself. Otherwise, it is going to be a troublesome situation. And, well, Pasta gets finished off. MAKPEN, they take an exit down to 10 teams, 23 players alive in this match. XB Rangers in a tough spot. Talat's HP sitting on really low. He has boosters running and he's using the bandages. He has one player from the opposing side right in front of them. Can finish him off. Finishes him off. DENO on the other side. Fantastic. Taking a lot of damage from his right hand side. Finally throws down to get some cover. But Talat, he gets distracted for a couple of seconds. Runs into Brad and Brad is going to take him out. Finishes him off. XB Reigns is a fight that was definitely going to be in their favor. They lose out one player for no reason.
Well, that did happen. So if we just, look at this, we are down to 8 teams, 17 players still surviving onto this area. OPMF was the previous one to get eliminated on the 9th spot, and you can see right in WG Brad, he's the last one surviving. He just has 1%, now does not have any. He tries and picks up 3. But no, as soon as he picks up first aid, Salty picks him up onto his name and just finishes the job right now. We are down to 6 teams, as you can see. NRC is still surviving somehow. DENO's out there. Team Seal Esports, Bear, SDMZ, XB Rangers, DENO, right? So on fantastic, the revive just arrives onto him. There's this thing. Talk about XB Rangers for him, but you can see the player is still so far away from his teammates that they cannot come for the revive. So whatever he do, he can, just give out the locations, enemies ahead or something.
Yeah, definitely needs to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be a troublesome situation. Look at this. So, in fact, this game of Miramar is a little bit faster in comparison. We're 22 minutes in and just 6 teams, 15 players.
Yeah, I mean, this circle for sure, because, you know, you can see so many ridges and everything. So
Yeah.
the players, even I think the fights were happening in the open, and that's one thing that changed the pace of the game for all these players. Team Seal, Zaki, like Team Seal has been spotted down onto the other area as well. Well, Team Bear, Ariman, is he doing right or wrong? Moving up forward, that's one thing. Shots are coming down from the backhand side of him, and now he puts up a medkit. He's trying to go for the medkit. Does he know that he is really close to SDMZ's other players? All right, he was getting shot from the other side by the players of Team Seal, but right now, as you can see, somehow Team Bears, Ariman, he's on good HP, moving up forward. All right, the elimination happens, but hey, he gets spotted down from the other direction. He will have to stay safe, otherwise he might as well just go down, and he goes down by NRC Hazeen.
Well, the player being taken down, it's definitely going to be a tough situation. And NRC has put Bear in a lot of pressure because there is pressure on him as well. He needs to get inside the circle and he needs to move in there. But now, since the players of Team Bear are separated from each other, it's going to be trouble to revive their own teammate. And, well, Bear, they have to move 50 meters inside the circle themselves. So it's a patience game amongst these two.
It is. I mean, Hazeen, all he can do is just heal right now. He knows once he goes out in the open, he will be spotted and he will be taken down for sure. But if we talk about this one, you can see the players, Team Seal, Baron goes down, knock and finish happening onto him. Hazeen is still out there, still trying to survive. The grenades are being lofted down onto his direction. Let's see if one grenade can actually do the job. Well, it was just a bit short onto the rock side. Now Suzog has to get inside the circle. He knows that he can go out there, and imagine if they can actually just go and get a hold of the good area. But Hazeen gets spotted down. He gets down as well. Bear Prince. All right. Well, Play Zone does the job on him. It was not Prince. I mean, he did try to shoot, but the Play Zone got the best out of him. And right now, they are moving inside the circle. They're trying to go and get a hold of a good area for themselves. Talking about the teams and all, it's 4 teams surviving. Where Suzog has been taken down as well. Prince is the last one surviving right now. I mean, Suzog has not been finished, but the Play Zone just coming up from the back end side might as well just do the job.
Yeah, the job needs to be done, but is that going to happen? And yes, the Play Zone does finish off Suzog, as you said, Ocean. But now, what about Prince? Is he going to die to the zone as well, or is he going to be taken out with bullets? Well, he gets riddled with the bullets coming from the side of Wally, and I think Team Seal, this is going to be their game.
Oh.
They look really strong. They have all the players in this fight, and they have the cover to themselves as well, but the circle moves away from them, barely moves away from them. So they're still in a comfortable position. XB Rangers, they're outside the circle right now, just one shack. As soon as they climb up this ridge, they are done for.
2v3 situation, as you can see. XP Rangers are just out here. DENO fantastic, going really close to X-Burns. Poda Whitey, as he is low on HP right now, but Salty does not have a vest in the proper condition though. He does have a vest though, but not in the proper condition. That's one thing that might as well just think about. He might just think about he wants to go for the fights or not. Well, good grenades might as well just change the state of the game, but right now he knows that the buggy is just moving forward, and he heard the noise of Zaki just coming really close to him. But Wally from that upper angle can actually change the pace of the game right now. But XP Rangers, they are into a different location. They actually utilize the time when Fantastic and Salty were looking onto the other direction, but well, Poda Whitey goes down. He gets finished as well. Wally gets the knock and the finish onto him. Junior is the last one surviving, but well, Ankle goes down onto the other direction as Junior wanted to take up the fights onto him. As right now, as what you can see, Salty still just out there trying to take up all the ends and all the areas of the fights for themselves. Can Junior actually clutch this one, and can he be the senior in this one game? That's the most important thing, as Fantastic is just out here trying to revive Salty, but Junior, I mean, he can change the fate of the game if he knows what is happening onto the other direction. The grenades are still arriving. Team Seal just moving up forward. And it's going to be a 2v2v1 situation, but no. Fantastic takes down one. He's on low HP. This might be a bad thing, but Junior takes that kill for himself somehow.
Well, we were talking about comebacks for this team, and the comeback is here. He heals up. Oh no, puts his gun away, and that is going to be detrimental to the fight. He brings down XB Rangers barely to any HP, but now Junior is going to be finished off. And how does he get taken out? Is it going to be with nades, or is it going to be with bullets? Team Seal, they have the advantage to them. It's a 1v2 situation.
Junior, imagine if he moves up forward right now. He can take one player down somehow. This might be a game of chances. It's a 1v2 exactly. Wally and Zaki, both the players are above onto these areas. The grenades moving up forward. It did not do a lot of damage though, but still it was just out there. Now XB Rangers, Junior, somehow he needs this. His team needs this. He knows this is an important one for him, for the team, for himself. but it is a troublesome situation. The grenade right out there, and you can see he has been spotted. His location is totally compromised. The grenade did do just a bit of damage though, but the Molotovs are moving on to the upper direction, onto the outside of the circle. So now they go for a low toss Molotov though, but can he take 2 players down? I mean, that's how troublesome this is going to be. He tries to go for an off angle, tries to spot down 1 player, and he did take Zaki's a bit of HP down by a few shots though, but still, it's just one thing that he himself is not on 100 HP. He spots down 1, pressing down. He does it. No, he does not.
Well, there were 2 players shooting at him, and he is definitely going to be taken out. But an amazing, valiant effort coming in from the player from DENO. But kudos to SEAL Esports. They have secured the chicken, and not just that, they moved to the first position.
Well, XB Rangers Junior did really good in the final movement. But if we just talk about this one, the way it happened, they are at the first position, and this is about first and second position contestation, but somehow the fights were looking brilliant in the final circle.
The reason I was saying DENO was because they are sitting on a bad spot in these standings, but with this game they got a lot of kills. I think it was around 7 kills that they were on before they got picked up by XB Rangers, and after that they are inside of the top 3. Points. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we'll see that in the overalls, and you know how
so many points.
What sort of a change can actually happen in this one. Well, let's have a look at the MVP as well for this particular game, and let's just see how that one actually happens.
What do you think is the difference going to be between SEAL and Team SEAL and NRC now?
I would say a bit of the points. Not a lot though. I mean, NRC can still come back in the last game if that's just, given the chance though.
Yeah.
Well, talk about Wally's healing though. 77 healing. So today is like low healing numbers.
Low healing day.
Last game, 0 healing.
Everyone is going YOLO today.
Last game was 0 healing. But well, talking about this one, 6 kills coming down. But talking about the top players, Salty, fantastic. Yes, Team DENO did have good kills for themselves. Talking about all the team as a whole. XP Rangers Junior YD 3 kills for that individual as well, and he did good for the team.
So this man basically rose up to the occasion for his team when it mattered the most. It was in the final moments when they had to take on the players of DENO, and instead of finishing 3rd, they finished 2nd now.
I mean, it did matter the most out in this one, and that's how they did it. So if you talk about the players were looking brilliant with everything just moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were looking brilliant, but look at this. So 18 points to 18 points to XP Rangers. Then we have SEAL Esports sitting on 24, and NRC in this matchup get just 8 points. So, well, the difference, I agree with you, it's not going to be that much. I think it's going to be 12, 13 point difference.
Yeah, I mean, and wait, exactly, that's what we were just, looking forward to. One good chicken. One good chicken they can actually get them back onto their toes.
Yeah, one good chicken dinner gets them back, but talk about not coming back. 187, no chance. They get 2 points, they get 1 point in this matchup.
But Max Legends, they were one of the first teams to get eliminated after B2R, so nothing for them.
Yeah, nothing for them as well. But I mean, so the overall standings now look really, really interesting. So NoChance is one of the teams that from the group stage we have been saying, and I think even this time you and I, both of us expected this team to be in the top 2, but they're still sitting in the bottom 2 out of it.
Yeah, they are. But let's have a look at the damage histogram as well to see where everything is right now. Team SEAL.
Look at this.
Whoa, SEAL 9 OPMF 1262, 1220. MAKPEN as well. Like, Opex as well. So many teams were looking good with it. So now it's like 1,000 plus. It's kind of a trend now.
Yeah, it is a trend. But so this game, looking at the damage graph, one thing is pretty clear. If you were willing to risk it, if you were willing to fight it out, you got the kills.
Yeah.
So it's basically all the teams who had the damage numbers going up pretty high, over 1,000, they got the kills. Only one team just getting 2 kills. Other than that, every single team picking up 4 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills.
I mean, that's one thing, right? Just as we were just looking, we'll have a look at these in the open moments as well, how the damage was moving forward, how the kills were getting converted and everything. And this is where everything started. B2R, one player goes down, another one goes down after the circle. The team just gets eliminated when they were looking forward for their rotation. NRC, just did go down in this one, and NRC was in a really bad spot.
Well, NRC definitely were stuck in a bad situation, but they managed to bring a few points for themselves. I mean, we do see 8 points coming in for them. But, I mean, I was really surprised with how ASDZ actually handled this entire situation. They had the lads from SEAL 9 pinned down, and they just charged in. That entire chaos over there could have backfired on them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that just happened as we were just seeing forward to all the other things. But right now, as you can see about the teams and about the players, the way these players were just trying to get the kill point for themselves, that will be reflecting in the overall.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about overall, let's have a look at the overall standings right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are. So it's a 10-point difference.
I mean, exactly. One good game, come back.
It's just a 10-point difference.
It's been a while. Obviously, it started yesterday. So no team has had 2 chicken dinners. Probably one of them might as well just go for it.
Exactly. We have MAKPEN with the chicken dinner sitting on the 8th position right now. So that is a surprise. Other than that, I mean, Team Seal Esports, we knew from the get-go they were always going to be aggressive, and they are still being aggressive. 45 kills, the highest inside the server right now. Let's move forward, have a look at the 9 to 16 of the standings. We have SDG Esports, Bear, and OPMF in for a tie with 44 points on these 3 team leads. It is not going to matter if you're on the 9th, 10th, or 11th. Basically, if you're out of the top 2, that's it. And look at that, 187. 28 points. No chance on 14 points.
187, 1 chicken dinner as well. Yeah, they had 1 chicken dinner, but still, it just comes down to how much of a good games can you have after having 1 good game. I mean, you need to carry that forward.
Exactly, definitely need to carry that forward. But for now, we're going to take a very short break, so you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Sprig Split South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals Day number 2, match number 4. My name is Warren Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk, it is Ocean Sharma.
Yes, thank you very much. Right from the backside of Hospital 2, Lipovka is where we are seeing this flight path going up right now. School, Rozhok, Ruins, Yasnaya, Poliana, Shelter, Poaching are going to be good areas. Again, military base is something that we have to see. Like, why does the flight path not go to a military base ever?
I have no idea, and it is going to be a tough situation to see how, in fact, is Team Seal even going to go there?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. Like, will teams still change themselves? Because if you remember, last time when something happened, they were in Gatka and one of the players did go down. I mean, it's a good thing that they were still managing to get in top 5, though.
I thought you were going to say it's a good thing the player went down.
No, the thing that they were still getting to manage to get top 5. Man, why did you say that? But after this one, but still, if you talk about Team Seal, the team has been playing brilliant, though, and now we still have to see what they do in this one. Like, will they get a chance, though? But judging by the looks of it, it sounds like military base might still be empty again.
Yeah, military base is again gonna be completely vacated. Otherwise, I mean, we do see Team Seal heading towards the Milta area. They can, if they can pick up a vehicle for themselves, they might be able to go to the military base, loot, and come back. But no, they won't need to do that. It's a northern circle.
Well, this is a northern circle, and talking about the northern circle, as of now, as we can see, shooting range, 70, those are going to be areas. So right now, this circle favors MAKPEN to its core.
Well, definitely, and MAKPEN, they definitely need to make sure that they get another chicken dinner with this one, because that is going to shake up the overall standings. But moving forward with the situation, SDMZ again towards Talbot and Kamishki area. It's going to be quite an interesting scenario to see if the team actually moves over to take Severny over from MAKPEN, or are they just going to stay Talbot, Kamishki and just loot up and hold on to their position instead of challenging another team for theirs.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one thing. So let's see how the things just go down with everything and how the players are going to be just, moving forward. But right now, as we can see and as we can talk about the fights are happening slowly and steadily as we just talk about this one. So let's just see how the things are going to be just, moving forward with everything as the fights are going to be just going up. First blood has happened as of now.
Yeah, the first blood has come in, and I mean, it is going to be interesting to see 187 again off to a really good start in the game, but can they actually move forward, and can they get a chicken dinner for themselves?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it should be. 187's Naeem did take one player down, that too in the sides of prison, so that's just one thing. But right now, as you can see, 187's other players just trying to go really close to his teammate as they can and as fast as they can. I mean, they are still trying. The movements is happening. Seal ankle, seal volley. I mean, they are on the sides of Mansion. They did change their drop location. Let's see how much does it favor them, because they are inside the circle. All they have to do is focus on the rotations when the zone's going to be out there. Well, surprisingly, Wally has an M24. I mean, he will be giving it to Baron, I'm pretty sure.
Well, definitely, but I mean, it is going to be interesting to see how the distribution of the weapons around the team can actually impact the performances. Team Seal again losing out on one player as Zaki was finished off. I mean, we did talk about the players going down, but the last time they lost a single player, as soon as the game started, they were in the top 3. Can they do it again? If they actually manage to do that, they will solidify themselves in the first position, even, I think, up until match number 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see about the players and everything, the players still want to move up for the good areas. Yeah. NoChance is out there. And NoChance, they did not play the first Erangel, if you remember that, right?
Yes.
So, talking about this one, I don't know how different will it be. I mean, it should be the one thing that that is going to be starting up for themselves, but all they have to do is just, move forward with the momentum of the previous games.
Yeah, if they have to move forward, because, I mean, NoChance, not with the momentum of the previous games, but they have to build a new momentum for themselves in this one, because NoChance, I mean, 14 points. 14 points sitting on the last position right now of the overall standings in the finals. No one, absolutely no one expected that to happen, but it is what is happening right now, and the team needs to recover, and they need to recover now, because, ladies and gentlemen, the finals are supposed to be a 5-day ordeal. We are on day number 2. This is the last game of day number 2. After there's just 3 more days remain. That means just 12 matches for them.
Yeah, I mean that is true if we just talk about this, but right now, as we can see, all the players just trying to capitalize on the good areas for themselves. S9's players are still just out here, Inky as well, and you can see Max Legends, Ladin, YT is also onto the good areas for themselves, and all these players. Well, I would say Max Legends has a brilliant area for themselves. They are onto the 70 side. I said that before as well. So Circle's gonna favor them for like quite a while though. And that's one thing that they need right now, right? The Circle's favorites, because they don't have to rotate much. They don't have to, just go from left, right, center, all the other areas. They are in one good area for themselves, and they'll just stay there.
Yeah, they will just stay there, but that's the thing. Are they going to be contested? Is there any other team in this game who's going to decide, oh, Max Legends, they go to the northern part. Apart from that, no one else goes there. We can take that fight. We can wipe that team out, steal their position, and then we can transition to the late game stages. Is there anyone who's going to think that way?
And probably that's one thing that's we have to do. But XP Rangers was moving up from the back end side. We just saw that in the map feed, as well as the players were trying to just look forward for their rotations and whatnot. As Samita is out here, Aladdin's out here. I mean, these players still 70, but that's where XP Rangers. You can see that a faint yellow vehicle just moving up, right? That's what XP Rangers is. This is Opex's squad. So the players were they understood that there would have been one team that might as well just contest them. So they took the road not taken as of now, and they came from that one path, and they also make their entrance at the circle.
Well, definitely, and it is going to be an interesting situation to see if they can move in from there and get a few kills for them. So this Erangel again, I mean, it's going to be a repetition of the first one, where the early game stages up until the 12-13 minute marker are going to be really, really slow, and then all of a sudden you're going to start to see teams vanish. But talk about vanishing teams, and XP Rangers, the direction in which they were heading in is where the players of Team DENO exactly are. So they're going to surround the squad house first, circle it a few times, circle it like once at least, and just see if there's anyone that they can see through the window. And I think they've spotted out a few of the players from the side of DENO, so they abandoned the plan of going there, and they just pass them by, head to somewhere else.
They do. That just happened as of now. But now, if you just look at this, all the teams are still surviving. Like it's 16 teams for themselves still surviving onto these areas. 62 players right now. XP Rangers, the players, they are moving like if they turn left somehow, they might as well expect to fight out in that one. But hey, Max Legends, Dilla moving up forward. That was a bold move and goes down.
Well, Dilla is going to be taken out, but MAKPEN, they are still there. They can finish off that one individual player from the side of Max Legends, and then they will have to worry about the other team on the high ground. MAKPEN, they can try and control this fight on this gas station. They have hidden away their vehicles. Absolutely no way the escape options are going to be taken off the board. And XP Rangers, well, had his opponent stayed there for a few more seconds, that would have been a nice headshot.
I mean, it did do the damage,
it did connect, though, but the knock did not.
Knock did not come out, but that was a brilliant one. But right now, as Zilla is just out there, all they need to do is secure that kill. Do not let your opponents take that somehow. Like that's one thing that is important right now. Secure that. Somehow secure that.
They're stabbing onto that vehicle just to see if they can take off Dilla from a few exposed pixels. I would say just like blow it up. Try and see if you can get him that way. But talking about getting your opponents 187, they come face to face with the players of OPMF. 1-1 knock coming in. The second knock is going to be on More. And well, now you have OPMF with 3 players knocked down. And it is a 1 versus 1 situation between 187 Beast and the last player surviving from the side of OPMF. As Aksim, he has healed up. He's backing off. His teammates are coming to him for the revive. And well, both him and the Beast are going for the revives right now. I would say one good grenade, and that is going to be GG's for the other side. But who is going to do that first? So now that he heals up, has a nade being cooked in his hands. Is he going to toss it? Is it going to be precise enough? And no, it goes in the other direction.
It does, I mean, but still they know that, I mean, OPMF knows that if a grenade can come this close, it can even go onto them. So the players, once they revive each other, they have to stay away from each other. That's what the players are doing. I mean, that's one thing that they did know after the grenades were being tossed around. Well, Maxton's Aladdin goes down by Asnan Senior, and now 187 is just moving up forward. Napu's on low HP. That might be a bad thing for Napu to just move forward, and Napu goes down, just like we were saying, like low HP will be taking one play down for sure. Beast is moving on back inside, he goes down as well. 187 might be another time. This might be the third time that they become the first team to get eliminated.
Again, they become the first team to eliminate it, as you said, third time today. And well, they have to figure out a way to turn this around. And I mean, it is a completely flawed fight. You are down to a 1v1 situation. You know your team is not doing so well in the overall standings. Just take the 1v1. Go for it. What is the worst that could happen? Worst that could happen is the same thing that just happened. You will be the 16th team. You will be the first team to be taken out. Best case scenario, you get all the kills. It's going to be 4 kills coming your way. Then you can revive your teammates and then you can move forward in this matchup. But also, the Beast, when they try to charge in and take the fight against OPMF the second time around, just showing your opponents your back and allowing them to take you out without actually even putting up a fight, that is definitely going to be detrimental to the team's performance. And it was. I mean, the team was taken out, but now OPMF, the second fight coming their way already, it is against Team Bear.
It is against those areas as of now, but still, if we just talk about the fights that will be happening right now. I mean, OPMF, not every fight that they are taking is going to go onto their area, but right now, as you can see, the players are still out here. Team Bear is still trying to take this fight away from them, and Prince is just out there, but OPMF, they are looking really brilliant with all the fights, and slowly and steadily, Marvel, shots on him.
Yeah.
He goes down. Dictator, brilliant control over the gun.
Yeah, and well, it is definitely brilliant. He manages to finish off the player Marvel from Team Bear. So Sanhok running behind some cover. So we have Mahu and Aksim in the houses on the high ground, and then 2 players who are trying to take the fights on the flanks. Dictator manages to get his opponent really low, but he's going to be taken down and he's going to be finished off as well. The fight takes a turn, and it is a turn in a bad position for the squad of OPMF.
They did not want this to happen this way, right? But OPMF, they're still surviving as of now. Team Bear, I mean, they did lose 1 player for themselves as well, but all the other players, you know that they can take brilliant fights for themselves. So we still have to see how the things just turn around onto the situations as of now. But slowly and steadily, the players will try to move forward onto themselves. But hey, Baron, just as we were saying that Wally had that MP4, he'll be giving it to Baron. He did give it to Baron, and now they are taking up good fights as of now. Team Bear, Arimun, still just out there, Prince and Susog as well, and right now OPMF wanted the other direction. As you can see, the players are still just out there trying to survive, trying to move against these areas for themselves. But if we just have a look at these areas, OPMF, like, for how long can these teams survive? That's the thing, because right now they have a good momentum for themselves, but the momentum can be stopped with a dire full stop.
Well, definitely, and the full stop, is that gonna come in? That is going to be a question. Well, it's not. So OPMF, they are like, instead of a full stop, we're just gonna put a comma right there. We're gonna pause the situation for now. We're gonna pick it back up later. But what just happened to Samita from MaxLegends? Pinned down on the first floor of the building, gets naded and finished off. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, MaxLegends, they get eliminated from this match. We're down to 14 teams and 50 players still alive.
Well, yes, the players are just out there, as we can see, but slowly and steadily, as you can see, the teams are faltering down, going down somehow onto these situations. But hey, have a look at the way OPMF's players are. I mean, previously they were looking really good. They had all the players surviving, but now things are not looking good. Like, the things are going down against them.
Yeah, things are definitely going to go down in a bit, and it could get even worse if they do not manage to bring themselves out of the situation. But look at this. So 3 seconds to go, 2, 1, and now the blue zone kicks in. Oh no. Wait, what am I just seeing? Mahu just let Arimun get in the cover.
Because they are left 2 players. They don't want to lose themselves, because they knew it was Team Bear. 1 player did go up front. There are 2 players behind them. Those 2 players might as well just backstab them badly. So they did not want anything like that to happen as of now.
Well, I mean, it is a risky situation. Team Bear, 1 by 1, the players are going inside that house, and since Mahu is in the open, he can be spotted out. But talking about being in the open, Myonsef from the side of Opex was spotted out, and Senor actually managed to take him down. The finish might just come and goes for the tap shots with the M4. Myonsef has him brought down really, really low. There's barely any HP. All right, so the shots do connect, and the vehicle also blows off, so Myonsef is going to be finished off. And Senor and his team in a wonderful position. Seal9 this time starting out the game in a really, really, really good momentum. 4 kills already confirmed.
I mean, that did just happen. Talking about Team Seal9, like, you know, the previous games, they were decent for those games, but right now they are looking even better. MAKPEN is still out there. Even MAKPEN's start was good. I mean, they did falter up a bit here and there, but they took down that one kill for themselves, and then obviously they were taking the other fights that were happening on them. So yeah, the teams are looking brilliant onto each and every direction, but for how long can they, you know, get a hold of it?
Well, that is a really big question. How long can they get a hold of the situation? I think for a bit, since we are like 15 minutes in and transitioning into the 4th circle, I think up until the 5th circle they can be in the comfortable position. So just a minute or two in the game moving forward. So Opex right now, they are split apart. We have Zeal, Unknown and Marco in front of us, and they can be in a tough situation. But now a fight breaking out between DENO and Seal9, and it is Roy actually who takes on the player of DENO, and Roy and Senior together.
Well, Inky has an AUG as well, the luxury weapon being used out here, as we can just see. All right, well, the circle is up in favor of MAKPEN, Opex, WMG. I still remember there was a game in which Footballs and Loops were playing on the PMGC's area. You remember the roadsides areas where the final circle was forming up. This kind of seems like that similar circle-ish with the pattern there. Well, the circle might as well just move just a bit on north as well from those areas. That's just one thing, but hey, AUG being used for perfection. Oh, the shots did connect, but you know, just a bit hindrance. Just, you know, took the shots onto the left and right, but Salty, the damage was done on the lad.
Well, the damage was definitely done, but that is not going to matter as the players from the squad of DENO actually managed to get out. But they run into some other trouble as they come across the players of Opex. Salty is going to be knocked out, and Marco was the man who actually did it.
No, but he thought, why is only the... He thought, why only the US came forward? The player was just out there. Oh, Zell. He might still be thinking, what just happened?
Yeah, his teammate actually got the knock over there. And he was like, wait, what? Where did this
He was shooting the
from?
US. He was like, wait, what just happened? Oh, well, but still. If we just talk about this, the cluster is being forming up onto the other direction. Opex, they still don't have any kill. As of now, the knock was being done by the other players, the other lads onto the other direction. But right now, as you can see, they're trying to dish damage onto the buggy. They're thinking that there might be someone who might as well just try and rotate from the buggy onto the areas right now. So all the players are still trying.
The 2 kills in front of them just got taken away. And I mean, I think they're gonna be pretty upset about that.
I mean, obviously, it's just one thing. WMG did, you know, try and take those kills, and they did that perfectly as of now. But right now, we just talk about SDZ. The players are still trying. Roy is pretty close. I mean, all they have to do is just move forward, take this 1v1 fight. But Snipe has been spotted from the other direction by Senior, though. Snipe goes down by a grenade from Roy. That was a brilliant grenade. Now Roy is moving up forward onto this area, to take up the fight against 1, 2, 3 people. This one goes down by Inky. Another one, and that is the end as S9 does seal this game for themselves, like this particular fight.
Well, definitely they seal this fight for themselves. Look at this. I think this game is also theirs already. Ocean, they have 10 kills in the match, and it's just the 17-minute mark. We still have 11 teams alive. This team has already secured 10 kills for themselves. I mean, talk about having points. They have all the points that they could want in this match.
Yeah, I mean, talking about this, the way it has been, that was brilliant. We have 11 teams, 39 players, like you said. And now, the fight to the circle, the fight to contest the zone, the fight to contest good areas, that's what's going to start in a while once the zone hits the 5th circle marker.
Yeah, definitely, and it is not that far away. The moment that you're looking for, Seal9, they're playing the edge of the circle quite perfectly. There's one player passing from the rear side, but they're gonna let that happen. Their eyes are set in front of them, and well, I think it is going to be a troublesome situation for Team Seal as they keep moving forward. Seal9, in fact, Opex in some trouble as they lose out on one more player. And look at this. So, XP Rangers is one team that Seal is going to watch out for, since they are going to try and cross the water area, cross the bridge, and move over to the northern part of the map. OPMF, same goes for them. And then the teams are going to look to put them away. But NRC Mar, he spots out Opex. Zeal, few shots coming in, goes for the reloads. Zeal's, he can see his feet.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that there's a player now. Now he can for sure, and a few more shots could have, done the job though. Now Mars like, let's not waste any more, bullets out there. Let's just focus on the rotation. Because the thing is that they have to get inside the circle, and that's what they are trying for right now. Moving alongside with the edge of the zone. Oh, he gets spotted down in the tree. Might as well help him for the cover. Might not, and it does not. At B2R takes down one. I mean, Horse takes on one, and that's Miramar. And now Hazin has been spotted. Well, he's shooting onto the wrong direction though somehow, and that's just one thing. But B2R, this one shot can be a doomsday for them.
Yeah, it can be a doomsday. It can be, it can lead them to their demise basically. But Born to Rush, NRC rushing in their direction. Are they going to be spotted? Oh, they hear the buggy. Hazin backs off, has a DP in his hand. His teammates have been knocked out, but he falls back even further. Takes on the players of SDMZ first. The spray comes in on Array, and Array manages to survive. Hazin has taken a lot of damage. He's the last player standing for his team. Well, the second last player. Pablo is driving actually, and he's driving towards the players of Born to Rush, who actually, well, alright, they go inside the water, but with that, NRC in some trouble as two players get taken out by the play zone out of all things. That is how they get finished. C9, Senior tries to take the fight against the players of XP Rangers, and he gets taken out. MAKPEN comes in from the rear to lend a helping hand, and well, XP Rangers, one after the other, the knocks are going to come in.
They are definitely going to come in. As you can see, Fahim is just out there, but slowly and steadily. Team MAKPEN, they are not firing up on all cylinders. I mean, they still have just one kill, and that is one that they had right on in the start of their fights. But now might be the time to, just dominate the Erangel altogether. Talking about S9, see, they have a good area, but the thing is, they have a lower ground. And once they just move up forward, they will be spot on from all the other directions. So that's going to be a bad thing for this team. If we just talk about the fights and talk about the way this team takes up the fight. So we still have to look forward to all the other areas, and Pasta gets spotted down from the left hand side though. Momo still just out there. We talk about all the teams are looking really good, and most of the teams have all the 4 players surviving. But the thing is, how long can they get a hold of these fights?
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be really important to get a hold of that situation and see if you can use it to your advantage. But I mean, C9, so after losing one of their players, they're stuck on that 10-kill marker. And now the situation is getting really chaotic. C9, they are basically sandwiched between two different teams. It is just the Ridge that is protecting them from one side, and the fact that the teams on the higher ground are creating a lot of trouble for each other. That is protecting them as well. But MAKPEN Pasta, if he sees someone lie down, he's actually going to shoot them in the face. So even if you are going to prone yourself over there, make sure it is behind some cover.
Yeah, I mean, that's important as of now. You might be thinking that you have a good cover for yourself, but MAKPEN's sniper is going to prove it wrong. Look at Cocktail just swimming down right next to B2R Horse, and Bear Prince is also onto that area. I mean, this might be more of a swimming stance for the players as the zone slowly and steadily is taking curve shifts against the will of the players.
Well, definitely, and the shifts are gonna keep on happening. But I mean, looking at how things are moving forward, look at this. So SDMZ Esports, they take an exit. WMG saying, where is this lad shooting? But talking about shooting, I mean, C9 Roy actually finds MAKPEN Momo in the water. Belzang and the other boys are going to be finished in as well, and it was Senior actually the man who leads them to their graves, and not the graves exactly, but to them crates, and turns them into the crates inside the waters. WMG, they are trying to find a few kills on themselves, and Cocktail, he's basically channeling his inner fish at this point.
Well, the water lines are not safe. So many teams onto
it's not Mario Kart right now, is it?
So many teams onto the water areas. You can just see what is happening. So many teams trying to keep themselves surviving onto these areas. WMG, they did go down with a vehicle though, and now they have to leave that vehicle just for the sake of it, because the vehicle can be spotted. One is just, goes down by the angles, and now the zone. I want to see what happens when the zone actually leaves to the land side.
That is definitely going to be something that everyone in this match, all the players
they can
are
spot each other,
forward,
but they like,
no!
Whoa!
Well, yeah, that is definitely a 200 IQ moment right there.
Well, MAKPEN Pass are still trying to, make it inside the circle just by that bridge area for themselves. XP Rangers will be really happy. Well, Potavide does not have a helmet though, but
He sort of does. He has a TV for a head.
no, that's just I guess season 6 Royal Passes head gear or something like that. I mean that's just out there. I don't know. I'm just a bit shady on that one. Like season 6, season 7, something like that. But well, if you talk about all the other fights, Pasta is still trying to catch the breath, get a hold inside the area. Team Bear, 3 players surviving. XB Rangers have all the players surviving. Now the circle's moving up. I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, the blue zone comes in and it is. I think it's going to be quite interesting because if it moves to the land, XB Rangers will have a clear advantage. And yeah, it is bound to move towards the land area. But look at this. So C-Line, they make it into the top 5. They have 15 kills.
Oh, 15 kills with, a lot of players still remaining. I want to see, like, where can they end this one? Well, the grenades were just moving up forward onto all the directions, as you could just see. And right now, XP Rangers, they have each and every inch of cover for themselves. But the only thing is, the zone has arrived. The circle is in the hands of Team Bear. Somehow, how can Team Bear actually just, get the best out of this? That's one thing. And talking about everything, you can see XP Rangers' players just using the grenades for themselves. Team Bear, right now they have a good comfortable spot. Well, one good grenade can end Pasta as well. Munke, he does dish out the damage of 20. And now Pasta still surviving out there. Can Munke just take him down as Pasta is just out there, but in less than 20 seconds somehow. All they have to do is just be up out of this fight. Roy is on to the other side, but Roy cannot spot Pasta because if he does, Harry takes him down.
Well, and that is going to be an interesting situation for that. Roy, he has to be really careful. I mean, as soon as Pasta actually gets taken out, that is when the team is going to be in a comfortable position. And since Pasta is gone now, C-Line can focus on worrying about the teams in front of them. As you said, Harry definitely will have the opportunity to give or create a lot of trouble for the players of C-Line. But now Senior is moving towards the direction of Roy in order to help his teammate out. They will have to find a way to deal with the players of WMG. Otherwise, it is going to be a troublesome situation. And Senior actually moves in solo. It is going to be, now it's a 2v2 situation. The utility is coming in from Sog from the side of Bear as well.
Yeah, I mean, utilities were out there, but Brad goes down onto it, and you can see WMG does get eliminated. Well, Roy did go down right now, and you could see Senior's MK14 being used into the fights. So that is brilliant. That was on auto as I heard the shots. And Junior, look at his HP, and look at the way the utilities are being used. Well, his vest was totally damaged. For him, vest is just a bit damaged, though. Level 2, but his level 1 vest was totally damaged. I mean, all they have to do is cross this area, cross this road, meet Team Bear, and probably get that chicken dinner. Well, 3 teams surviving. S9. I want to see how many kills can they end this game. They have 18 kills for themselves. 18 kills for this team. Somehow, they are trying to spot Arimon. Seal 9 is looking brilliant. Well, is there an individual who has I don't know what, 8 kills or something in the team? I mean, definitely might be one thing. Like we can see Myunke, he has 2 kills right now.
I think Senor.
Well, we'll still have to see. But hey, Senor gets taken down. Senor will be finished down as of now. No, he still needs a revival, but Prince is just out there. On from the off angle, Myunke goes down. Over aggression. Might as well be demise of Seal 9 as Roy is still surviving somehow. For him, Grenade takes down Bear Prince. I mean, Roy has 7 kills though. That's brilliant. But how can they revive their teammate? That's one of the most important things, given the fact they have to be inside the circle.
I think if Myunke had been a little bit more patient, they could have survived. But no, they get finished off. They botched that fight really hard, and they're going to get punished down to 2 teams, XB Rangers versus Team Bear. And alright, so Bear, once again, they ended the last game yesterday with a dinner, and today as well.
Well, that is totally true. But now the thing that just happens is, if we talk about Team Bear, it's going to be a 3v3 equation, but Podawadi needs a revive. Otherwise, it's a 2v2. Oh, it's a 3v2. Oh, it's a 3v1 right now as Junior is the last one. So again, Junior is solo player somehow, just like the previous game. So this team has had 2 back-to-back good games. All they needed was a chicken dinner, but somehow from the off angle, you can see Arimun gets to spot one and take one down, and he is going to go for it. He spots him down. The play zone is still also doing damage. There it is. Team Bear wins this game.
Yeah, last chicken dinner of the day. It was as it was yesterday. It is going to be today. They get it again. And, well, move to the 5th position in the overall with 26 points from this game.
Well, 11 kills. Not, not the whole of the kills that S9 had though. But if you talk about Team Bear, they had 11 kills. If you talk about S9, they had like what 18 kills or something. So these two teams got a hold of a bigger number for themselves.
Yeah, definitely an amazing performance from these two teams. And as I was saying, Team Bear again putting up an amazing performance. Team Seal, I think they at this point would have pushed NRC in the third position.
I mean, definitely. But the way these players played, I mean, that was brilliant. The way they took up the fights for themselves and for the teams to come out onto these equations. I would say somehow the players did try to give out the best of the fights in this one, and they did. Like nothing taken away from the teams. Like every team for themselves, every player for themselves, crossing those bridge areas right from the water lines as well, like swimming and all. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was brilliant indeed. I just switched over in the ending fight with Seal9 when they came up against the players of Team Bear. They would have been a little bit more patient. As they tossed up a Molotov even behind that airdrop, they wouldn't have had to peak the risk to go out. And Sanhok was just being patient. He knew something like this was going to happen and he was waiting for the opportunity. And, well, patience paid off. They picked off for Team Seal9, then they picked off XB Rangers for the chicken dinner. But now let's move forward and have a look at the MVP of this game, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be Sanhok from the team of Seal9. He had 7 kills to his name, 1155 damage, 4 assists along with the 7 kills, and healing done of 486.
Well, this is upside down from yesterday's game, right? In yesterday's game, first 3 games had a lot of healing and last game had low number. But this time it was like the first 3 games had low number and last game had a lot of healing. Well, let's have a look at the top players as well. So that's what we will be, just looking at. Roy is out here with 7 kills, Susok with 5, Spider with 4. But the damage stats are kind of like really close with Roy, Susok and Spider, like 780, 717, 770. Like it was still a pretty close stuff for the players.
Let's have a look at how many points the teams did get for themselves in this matchup, for the standings for this game.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, 28 points to Seal9. They finished third. The team on the second position, XB Rangers, they just had 1 kill. They are on the fourth position in the match rankings. WMG with their 9 kills, 17 points. They move up on the third. But look at Born to Rush and OPMF Esports. They got 1 placement points, but they got 5 kills each, 6 points to both of them.
Wow, I mean, the way it just, shows out here, that was something brilliant. Well, let's have a look at it on to the other side. LNDLegends is out here, DENO's out here, STC, 187, Team Seal. No chance, like, they got placement points, did not go for the kill point. Like, they were trying to play for the placement points in this one game, though.
I think NoChance just needs to go YOLO at this point. They need to throw the kitchen sink at everything.
If tomorrow does not go good for them, then day after tomorrow definitely they can go YOLO. Like it's gonna be one thing. The teams at 9 to 16, they will have to go YOLO day after tomorrow.
Let's have a look at the damage histogram now. And all right, so 2932 damage coming in total, almost 3000 with 18 kills.
Wow, 18 kills coming up for them. Talk about WMG, 9 kills, 1712. Like so many, even in this one, like quite a lot of teams had 1000 plus damage, but because that 3000-ish damage graph is so big that you kind of, all the other graphs kind of seem really small.
A damage of 300 is like, it looks, what, like 50 on a normal graph, just because of how much Seal9 had done in this game. But, I mean, looking at the conditions, I mean, it is pretty clear. I mean, there were no comfortable fights for anyone in this matchup.
Exactly, like there were no comfortable fights for anyone in this matchup, but the way the fights were happening, right, they did create a lot of brilliant moments for them.
Exactly, and those moments are the OPPO moments of this game, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna have a look at those and see how uncomfortable, if you will, the situations actually got for everyone.
I mean, that's how it was. This is where the first fight was happening. OPMF, the 2 players did go down, and after this, somehow their momentum was stopped down. I mean, they did try, but they could not capitalize much. And that was also from Team Bear. Look at this. Right now, all the players are surviving, but now slowly and steadily, somehow the players started going down, and OPMF was left with just 2 players after this fight. Talking about S9, well, this is where they were still in their momentum. This was where they were still in their form, and they started eliminating people and squads and squads. Whenever they saw the opportunity, they knew they had to get the kill points.
Well, definitely, and they did manage to get a lot of kill points for themselves. But I mean, this was quite an interesting position that XB Rangers found themselves in, stuck on the gas station, because they were getting shot at from the bottom of the things. And then once everyone was forced to move out, that is when XB Rangers actually got a little bit more breathing space for themselves. But this is a situation that could have gone either way. But backing off over there, I mean, was not an option for Seal9 or Team Bear, and Bear actually pushed forward. They are pretty like Bears, I mean, are a little bit more dangerous than Seals, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Let's have a look at the overall standing and let's see where the players are ending their days today. Seal Esports 94, 92, 88, 80. It's still close. It's still so close.
Yeah, it is really close, and things can still go either way. So we have a pretty close finish on our hands. I mean, the major difference is going to be, I mean, Team Bear, they can't jump up and take the position away from Seal9. But SDMZ Esports, NRC Esports, they can definitely challenge the teams in the first and the second position in 1-1 match.
I mean, and that's how it was, right? We were just talking about the squad. But moving on forward is where I would have to see, you know, 9 to 16, yeah, NoChance, 187, DENO. I mean, talk about teams from 9 to 16. If tomorrow does not go good for them, day after tomorrow, just go YOLO with everything. Just throw out all the gunfights that you can.
And I mean, NoChance definitely needs to do that starting today, because look at this. They are 16 points, last position, on the 16th position, and 2 days are over. The teams on the first position are almost going to touch the 100-point marker.
Yeah.
So I think not even just tomorrow, they need to start going YOLO from tomorrow.
I mean,
it's already getting too late.
Second
Yeah,
game,
first and second
after
game,
that they can just,
that
you know,
should be
just try and move up against onto all the other things that will be thrown to them.
Exactly. But I mean, what is going to happen tomorrow, only time will tell. And for today, it felt like, I mean, today was in fact the day of comebacks.
Yeah.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at a head-to-head between two of the teams that had amazing performances, Team Bear and XB Rangers.
Talk about the kill numbers. Like, there's a kill difference of 10 kills for them, and Team Bear, they have 1 chicken for them. So that's also a really good thing. But the points are really close. That means XB Rangers, you know, the back-to-back 2 good games in Miramar and Erangel is something that they actually got good for themselves. Talk about one thing. 8,000 damage given, 6,000 damage received.
Yeah.
6,000 damage given, 8,000 damage. Like, it's an upside down in both the teams.
Yeah, it is an upside down situation over there. But still, I mean, the teams have managed to keep themselves on the positive side of things. I mean, they're still competing to see if they can reach in the top 2 and qualify for PMPL South Asia. If tomorrow also they perform just like the way they did today, I think day number 4, we're going to have more teams joining the party in the top 4. I mean, it's going to be much closer between, and not just between Seal9, Seal Esports and NRC.
Probably. That's like one of the things that obviously we have to see, we have to look forward to. We have to, you know, just think about how it's going to change everything, how it's going to be just, you know, talking about it. But then there's one team that, you know, was looking brilliant even today as well. Let's have a look at the Seal Esports and let's see what they were doing as of now. Like Wally, Baron, like the guy with the M24, Car 98, he knows how to get those kill points for himself. Yeah,
both these lads just like being amazing in general. Look at this. So Baron and Wally, 18 and 19 kills to both of them. A KPM of 2.2 plus to both of them. 2.25 for Wally, 2.38 for Baron. And it's not just them, it's their teammates as well. So Seal Esports, despite having a lower average survival time in comparison to the rest of the teams, they still managed to keep themselves in a good position in the standings. Why? Because they have been consistent. I mean, the 2 players getting kills, the other 2 help them to survive.
And that's kind of important, right? When you just look at how the players have been playing, how the players have been performing, how the players have been looking forward to. So yeah, it has been brilliant.
It has been brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, what are your expectations going to be for the matches tomorrow, though?
1 game, middle order team just, you know, goes forward. 1 game, some team from 12 to 16, and 2 games like top 3, top. Like they would like to. Tomorrow is a day for contestation. Like the team in the top 5, if they just, you know, get another chicken or something like that, they would like to establish themselves, and that's important because 2 slots. Again, 2 slots is what is at stake right now.
Exactly. But what is going to happen tomorrow? Only time will tell. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we do come to an end of our show today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care. Good night.